American.
That sucks.
Lesbian.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of deviant.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass. And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that back.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
All right, Party Rock! Get to it!
Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM Satellite Radio.
O&A Party Rock!
All of radio rips me off.
You're a phony! Hey, this guy's a great big phony! Hey, you're a great big phony, you know that? That's right, you're a big fat phony!
Come on, everybody! Wake up! Rise and shine! Okay! Morning, that's that breakfast! Can I have nothing to cheese cereal? Okay! Pity the poor fool! Don't eat my cereal! Ow! Ow! Oh! I don't play it. I don't play it. I don't
Sandy Kane Ward.
Anyway. Oh, ow.
I'll take this.
Oh, ow. I don't play it.
Saving Private Ryan. And welcome to the Opie and Anthony program. The O&A virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. Hello. Taking pleasure every single day that we're destroying regular radio. It's the Opie and Anthony program. XM Satellite Radio. 70% of the market, Anthony.
There you go.
70% of the satellite radio market.
Over 4 million people on board.
Yeah, a lot of articles about how XM reached 4 million subs, I guess, late last week. Nice. Very nice. But some people would like to claim that XM is failing miserably.
Yeah.
What
some
a
people
fucking tool.
Want to spin those great numbers and great product into something bad.
Hey, we might be just spewing propaganda. You know, why don't you just go to some independent sources and see what they say about XM Satellite Radio and the little doggy company.
Wouldn't it be great to, expose us as liars?
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, there's numbers to back it up. There's Wall Street people, things that aren't fudged, and some people just can't take it.
No, they're losing their minds.
Some people have to twist things and just outright lie and sound really desperate and stupid.
Hyundai got so many letters from people, just random people, saying we never want any kind of Sirius satellite radio in Hyundais because, it has that horrible Howard Stern on it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, either it was a bunch of, religious kooks. The religious kooks are completely frazzled now. I'm going off regular radio. This is how they made money.
Right.
They used to send out letters that said, please send us money to get Howard Stern off the radio.
They got you off, and now they're not happy.
You're right. So...
That's interesting, because XM has, I think they have Playboy channel on theirs.
Well, they have Opie and Anthony, who essentially went into a church and had listeners have sex in a church.
Right.
I mean, I don't know that they're any
God
cleaner.
They don't have that horrible Howard Stern.
The Howard Stern, or they have as filthy programming as ever.
Oh. Is this guy just coming off as sounding desperate? God.
We told you, Howard, it wouldn't be so easy, you idiot.
He is scared shitless.
Let me tell you what's going on, because he won't tell you. Hyundai passed on Sirius as far as, getting it installed in their cars.
Mm-hmm.
And, they cited because of Howard Stern in this press release that went out, I guess, late last week or whatever, okay? Or early this week, I don't know when. The problem is, and we've been saying this all along, when you're counting on one particular programming for your entire platform, that's where you're going to have problems. Right. And that's what Hyundai was looking at, thinking, wow, the only thing they really have is Howard Stern, and XM has a lot more variety. They got the Major League Baseball, and they're spread out. There's a lot more choices with the XM satellite radio. That's what that's all about.
All their eggs in one basket.
Right. Sirius putting all their eggs in one basket, and that is Howard. Paying him a boatload of money. But the problem is that that's the only thing they're touting over there. And people are starting to take notice and saying, whoa, wait a minute. That's all they got. And a bunch of our customers, a lot of our customers want more from their satellite radio.
Sure. Absolutely.
What a dope.
What a desperate-sounding moron.
I wonder why she drives a BMW. Maybe because Hyundai's a piece of crap?
Yeah, because they sold enough Hyundai.
Oh, maybe because Hyundai's the gay car? I mean, do you know any straight people that drive a Hyundai?
Well, they don't want to be seen in it.
I mean, you would have to be very gay to drive a Hyundai.
And poor. It's for poor gay people.
Now they're bashing the car. Of course, because didn't pick up Sirius.
Right.
Picked up XM.
Right.
Picked up Sirius, they would be, touting,
of course,
the Hyundai, because Howard's a phony. But now they'll bash it. Well, you know something? Bash all you want. It's just another car company with an exclusive XM deal to put their XMs in the cars right on the assembly line. There you go. Rolls out. It has XM in it, ready to go. Unlike the wonderful car deals Sirius has, where you have to, I don't know, do you have to grease the dealer at the car dealership, and then he goes and on his spare time installs it himself? How do their car deals work?
I honestly don't know.
I have no clue. All I know is it's a lot more handy and convenient when they roll right off the assembly line with the radios in them, all built in nice. I know my vehicle has it all built right in. You don't even know it's there till you turn it on. But I guess that's a bad thing.
Anyway, everyone's gearing up for me going over to satellite.
Everyone?
And they're getting clobbered, XM. They're getting clobbered. In fact, I said I was over at Sirius the other day. I said I want to give away some free radios. They go,
we don't have.
We can't even keep them in stock.
All right. Look, if you weren't with us, for the past few clips and what we've been saying, that one just says it all.
Yeah.
We're getting clobbered over here. Just announced over 4 million subs. We're getting clobbered because our radios are in the cars and in the stores and available to anyone who wants them. But we're getting clobbered because he asked his boss for a couple of radios and they couldn't give him one. Maybe it's because the welders aren't done welding the case together for the radio yet.
Yeah, the welders went on strike.
Oh, my God.
They're waiting for them to come back to work.
Maybe another steel shipment has to come in. Oh, my God.
He's a delusional old woman.
So scared.
Dude, how could you say that the day after that everybody, and, don't listen to the propaganda here if you don't want to. That's fine. But go listen to Wall Street where they're telling it like it is. Everyone came out and said that we have 70% of the market. So how are we getting killed? How is XM getting killed, Howard? Why don't you explain that?
We're getting killed. Oh, my God. He is delusional. He's a lying phony who is running scared because this is a big move and the excitement just isn't there. It really isn't there. They thought there was going to be this huge thing. When they first announced it, there was this big push, and now it's, it's back to business as usual. He's doing a lackluster show. Sirius's stock is back in the toilet where it was. It had a little spike with the excitement of the announcement. That's back to nothing again. And they're just not selling the amount of radios that we are over here. It just isn't happening. And he's going on every day just
lying and lying and lying and lying and lying.
If this son of a bitch gets me to the point where I start feeling sorry for him, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. Because that always seems to happen. When I just can't stand somebody and you pounce on him and then you start going, oh, shit, now I feel sorry for him and I can't do it anymore. I'm such a douchebag.
We do have a list of people that has happened
to. I know. You hate him, you want to crush him, and then when it starts happening, you're like, I feel bad for him. Fuck me. I feel sorry for him. If he starts getting to that point, I'm going to be pissed.
You know what happened to me on the gig last week? I was trying to sell CDs, and I was out of them.
Yeah.
And I went to the store to buy a U2 CD, and they had them. And I realized I was burying U2 in
right,
CD sales.
Because you were out. Because you...
I wait for Stupid to write in. Dude, there's plenty of U2 CDs.
Right. I'll get you one for Bono himself.
It's just classic. This is a lot of fun. And that's the difference. I'm going to point it out every day. We're still having fun doing a radio show. He's not. Simple as that. That's what it comes down to. Let's go to Mark in Oklahoma City. Mark, what's up?
Hey, boys. How's it going this morning?
Pretty good, man.
Hey, I was just curious of how he says that only gay poor people drive Hyundais. Then how does he explain XM going to Toyotas? I know them some bitches aren't cheap. Or not to mention Lexuses.
Yeah.
Or cars like Anthony's driving.
How about General Motors?
There you go.
Yeah. Every Chevy and... There you go. They're all gay cars, I guess.
All right.
You guys are blowing up here in Oklahoma City, man. I mean, I've given out at least 15 WOW stickers to people.
Wow, that's blowing up, all
Oklahoma
right.
City. 15. Well, this guy actually ran out of WOW stickers and tried to get some, and we couldn't give them to him. So we're blowing up.
We're blowing up. We got 15 listeners in Oklahoma City.
I'm gonna
That's the definition of blowing up in my book. Jesus. Do you understand how many people we used to broadcast to, sir?
Oh, sure.
We're blowing up, all right.
I only had 15 on me. If I would have had more, I would have gave out more. That's what I meant to say.
Just like Howie and his radios.
God, I'm an idiot.
Unlike the old lady, the old lady is Howard and the gorilla over there, you know. Oh. We're not delusional. We know that this is a slow build and getting better every single day.
Well, I'm going to turn my car into a WOW car. I got a black Mustang GT.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get that WOW airbrushed across the hood. And
I'm just punching out.
Oh.
That's Mark.
Oklahoma City.
Mark always comes up with something nice and intelligent, and then he just continues and continues and continues. That guy's been listening to us since day one. Yeah. Cigars and Scotch, what's up?
Hey, he is such a hypocritical ass. He's trashing the guy's wife that she drives a BMW, that every car in his house isn't a Hyundai. What does Howard listen to when he leaves? Isn't he an XM subscriber?
XM.
It's been told us that he definitely listens to this program because he has XM in his Escalade.
Well, yeah.
And a lot of people start...
Escalade, the vehicle he drives around in, does not have Sirius installed in it. It has XM.
And it's been told to us by a bunch of people that he definitely takes a peek and a listen to what we're doing over here. And some people will point out that we're starting to get to him, which is nice.
Escalade
I do not want to start feeling sorry for him, though.
All right. Mike in West Virginia, what's up? Mike.
Amy Washington?
Oh, yeah, Washington. I'm sorry. What's up, Mike?
Okay. Hey, just to prove that Howard was raging, he's saying Hyundai was a piece of shit and everything.
Yeah.
Hyundai tied for second with quality in the J.D. Power ratings right behind Honda. They tied with Toyota.
There you go. More lies by him. You know what, though? People aren't buying the lies like they used to. Brian in Alabama, what's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Hi. I'm just coming off my shift here at the brand-new 2005 Hyundai plant we just opened down here. And he wants to sit there and say that we're gay and all that. Last year alone, we outsold BMW and mid-size sedans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so the quality is getting up there, and Hyundai's coming alive back. It's not like what you used to hear about them.
See,
I invented the gay car. You tie a pink bandana around it. Tell him, Fred. I invented that in San Francisco. Ass.
See, in his world, it's all about him, and that's the problem. That's the problem the little doggy company's going to have. This satellite radio is not about one show. Would we love for XM to just push us and nothing else? Of course. Of course, but that's not what's going to get the job done. You got to show the consumer out there that there's a lot going on, a lot of different options.
That's what it's about. The whole concept of paying for this is variety. That's it. Not one thing. Same thing with cable television. It wasn't just one thing you're paying for. You're paying for the variety of cable television. And it's the same thing with satellite radio.
All right, let's...
And Howie's got too big an ego, man. Too big an ego to share the spotlight with anybody. And that's not bullshit. That is stuff we lived through. We had to deal with it working for the same company. When Howie goes somewhere, he wants to be the all-important guy that gets all the attention, and that's it. That's why they're giving him how many channels?
I don't know.
They're giving him a few channels, and he'll have say over who goes on those channels. Mark my word, it will be no one of talent because he doesn't want to be outshined by anybody. The guy has an opportunity to put a lot of talent from around the country, you know, pick and choose, try to find some. But, you know, try to get some of the best talent. He will absolutely not do that because he's constantly threatened. He's insecure. And he's going to fill it up with, you know, also-rans.
Oh, my God. The perfect example, the radio chick.
Yeah, there you go.
Because they have the same agent.
Come on.
A very safe show that's not going to do much of anything for that company.
That's it.
So it already has begun.
How about getting some name people on there that really are proven and get listeners and are entertaining? It's not going to happen because it might outshine Howie. That's the way he's always been. And this isn't based on anything but experience on our part. We've been there. We've seen how this asshole works.
Let's go to Chris in Cleveland. Chris, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? Hey, don't forget to thank him for that fucking free commercial he gave y'all.
Yeah.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. He's only helping us out. And I guess we're helping him out as well. So there you go, Howard.
Not only that, when he goes to Sirius, you know how much they're going to fucking charge? They're going to put him on a premium channel, and it's going to cost you about $45 a month just to get him, just to pay his ass.
I have no idea what they got up their sleeve, but it doesn't look good. I'll tell you that much. Doesn't look good. All right, thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Speaking of people that you end up feeling sorry for, right? Remember, we pound on people, and then it gets to the point where you feel sorry for them?
Yeah, you start feeling sorry for them.
You don't feel sorry for Don and Mike, do you?
No.
Okay, good.
No. Feel sorry for, I don't know, Don's family, having to live with him. Ugh. I feel sorry for that little dead dog in his driveway.
See, everyone had a big laugh when you and I got fired, and Jimmy, of course, from our commercial radio show. And slowly but surely, in the last 2.5 years, I've watched all these stations we were on just go away.
Yeah.
And and the latest is WBUF in Buffalo.
Oh, remember we had such a good time there, too.
And we like the gang over there, but they're no longer doing the hot talk format.
Talk.
Which means Don and Mike, bye-bye.
Bye-bye from Buffalo. There's another market.
Bye-bye, Don. Bye-bye, Mike.
Bye-bye.
But they had such a big laugh at our demise.
Pushing you back further and further.
I can't even tell you how many stations they've been yanked off since we got fired.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're back, slowly but surely moving our way to the top again, and they're just fading away slowly, which is a lot worse than blowing yourself up.
How about we're here on a daily basis picking up new listeners every day? That's a given. We are getting new listeners and increasing our audience every single day. Them, they're losing people every single day. That's it. There goes a whole nother city. Bye-bye. And you know what?
Add it to the
no one even
pile.
cares. No one even cares. You lose a city and it doesn't even make a fizzle. You're fizzling out. And no one even cares.
Let's go to Brian. Hey, Brian, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man.
Hey, if XM is taking such a beating, I just put it on a stack ticker, and they're at over $28.
Yeah, I know. We're having a slow week. I'm sorry for that, Brian.
Yeah, well, I checked it a few days ago, and it was somewhere around $25, and Sirius is only at $5.
Well, you know, Sirius will get a little bump at the end of the year, sure, and then it'll go back down again.
Right, yeah. So, you know, you're really taking a beating by, you know, increasing your stocks.
Because when it comes to a stock, the numbers just don't make sense as far as the company goes. The numbers, people, the stock won't go up to 29 anytime soon. I hope people realize that.
Oh.
That'll take years if it ever happens.
If it ever. They got too much stock out there is what it is.
Right.
They keep diluting it. And they're thinking about doing it again. Ooh.
Let's go to Travis in Oklahoma City. Travis, what's up?
Hey, boys. Hey, little Jimmy.
Hi, fella.
I was wondering, Howard obviously has no clue, or maybe he does, I don't know. He was talking about the Hyundais being targeted towards the gay people and stuff.
Yeah.
I was wondering, does anybody have any clue that Sirius Satellite Radio has the all-gay programming channel?
Yeah, they have a channel dedicated to gay programming.
And what, gay people can't have their own channels?
I don't really care, but it's just funny that he doesn't do his research as far as his new company goes.
All right, punching out, boys.
All right, man, thanks.
Bye, mister.
Bye, mister.
Anyway, everyone's gearing up for me going over to satellite. And they're getting clobbered, XM. You know, they're getting clobbered. In fact, I was over at Sirius the other day. I said, I want to give away some free radios. They go,
we don't have
We can't even keep them in stock.
Did you see that jerk?
I love that one. What an ass. We're getting our asses kicked because...
Yeah, please explain this to me.
We're getting our asses kicked,
Yeah.
XM.
Yeah.
Getting their asses kicked.
Yeah.
Because we have radios available to all the people that want them.
That are small and nice.
And obviously they're buying them because we're over 4 million subscribers.
70% of the market.
70% of the market. And we're getting our ass kicked because Howard couldn't get a free radio because they're all sold out.
I don't know.
Because they don't have radios for some reason.
Yeah.
I can't even understand it. What a buffoon. What a desperate-sounding buffoon. Oh.
I can't wait to scream that at him next time I see him in the park jogging.
Yeah.
That one's going to be fun. I harass him all the time in the park. It drives him nuts.
We're getting
It drives him nuts.
What do they tell him over there? What are they telling him? They can't show him facts. They can't show him papers. They can't show him Wall Street to prove that, you know, that they're kicking our ass, clobbering us.
Nothing but bad news has come out as far as those guys go this week. You know, 70% of the market goes to XM. That's really bad news for your company, okay? And then the other thing, their whole portable unit that they thought was going to set the market on fire is just a disaster. And you're not even going to be able to listen to live programming until what they're saying, spring of 2006.
Maybe. And we're already working on, you know, second and even third generation of the portable. And the first generation is great.
Well, the MiFi, yes.
MiFi is amazing.
But then there's going to be 2 other portable units coming out very soon if they're not out there already. I think maybe June, are they saying? I'm not positive, so.
Well, here's something else. Of course, one of their big hires over there was Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
A lot of hoopla, a lot of money being thrown at Martha Stewart over there. Well, Martha, you're hired. NBC confirms schedule for Apprentice spinoff starring Martha Stewart. So now she's, along with everything else she's doing, she's going to be doing a TV show based on The Apprentice, and she's going to be hosting. How much time do you honestly think Martha Stewart's going to have for her Sirius satellite radio program? How much time do you think she's really going to dedicate to doing that radio program when she now has a TV show and everything else she's been involved in over the years? The cooking thing, her what else does she do? Magazine. So the magazine, the house arrest. How much time they throw money at these people for their names, not even thinking about what kind of quality they're putting on the station.
You know how hard it is to do a radio show day in and day out? You can't
put on a good radio show. It's very hard.
You can't just call it in.
To put on a shitty radio show, apparently that is simple.
Yeah.
You just tag a name on something and play some shit. That's it. Look at the Eminem thing. You think Eminem is really concentrating on his radio show? Or do you think he's concentrating on maybe putting out the next album or making another movie? Or fucking some bitch up?
I haven't heard anything about
Or raising his stupid kid that he doesn't shut up about.
I know. Isn't that kid 18 by now?
Oh.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah,
about
my
your
baby
kid.
girl. Yo, she's 22. Yo. But, I mean, they do that. They hire these
What is
names.
it, Haley?
Haley.
Yeah, Haley had a real tough life. What is she? She's 4, and she has a multi-millionaire father. Yeah, that's a real tough life for a kid.
Yeah, very tough.
Let me tell you about tough. Let me tell you about margarine and sugar sandwiches.
Breakfast of champion.
Yeah, real tough life. Did she ever have to go to school with her lunch in a cement bag?
The cornerstone of any nutritious breakfast.
Oh, my God. But I haven't heard...
Tony Hawk, another one.
Well, I got to be honest. I did hear the Tony Hawk show.
You
It was a complete disaster.
The guy's great at skateboarding.
Right. It was
but
a complete
it's
disaster.
a little tough. People assume you
That's
can
like
just get on the air and do the radio show.
And little known fact, I've done a little skateboarding in my day, okay?
I saw you on the half pipe.
All right? I stunk.
Tearing it up.
But it's like me all of a sudden joining the skateboarding league.
There you go.
Whatever the fuck they call it. And going, hey, good news. Opie has joined the skateboarding league.
Yeah. There you go. Why? Well, because he's Opie.
All right, sure.
You got to work on skateboards.
If Tony Hawk, a good skater, could do radio, then a guy that does good radio could be a skateboarder.
So that's what they do.
And then going back to the Eminem thing, I haven't heard word one about him and his radio show. That thing went away.
Here's what
fast.
they do. They sign these names for huge amounts of money. It gets the initial little spike of news and interest just because it's a celebrity name. And then what happens? It fades into nothingness. No one cares. But the thing that does remain the same is Sirius is still pouring out huge amounts of money for these people for a name that got an initial little spike in popularity. And I don't know how long that strategy is going to work. Wall Street isn't very confident about that strategy. They're writing things every day. Go to motleyfool.com, which is a big Wall Street website, and do a search on Sirius. Look what Wall Street's saying about the company. They're screwing up by the numbers.
All right, let's go to Rob from Cablevision. Rob, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, doesn't Howard Stern kind of remind you of the Iraqi prime minister during the war when he was telling them that we were winning the war and buildings and shit were blowing up behind him?
Oh, the defense guy, yeah.
The Minister of Information.
Of Information, okay.
That's what he was.
That's right.
We're winning the war and buildings were blowing up behind him and shit.
No Americans are here. Right. The airport is secure. The airport is secure. We have no enemy tanks. We have pushed them all away. Oh, he was a scream, that guy. We pushed them back. I remember once he was on TV talking about the airport.
Yeah.
And people are asking him, aren't the Americans now in control of Baghdad Airport? He smiles. He goes, no. And then with his hands, he motioned. He goes, we have pushed them back. And he pushed, and then made a sweeping motion with his hand, and then swept them away. I was laughing my ass off. And there's our guys. There's planes flying. Yeah, they're at the airport. No.
Oh, Howard's doing some similar stuff.
Howard's doing that. We cannot even find radios. We are clobbering the XM. We are winning the war. Oh, what a buffoon. That is funny. Oh, I can't wait to see the Photoshops. Oh, boys, go to work. Minister of Information and Howie.
He really is becoming a parody of himself.
Oh, remember when he had credibility years ago? No, I will not feel sorry for him. I will not fall into that. Remember years ago? The credibility he had? The power he wielded? And when he used to goof on people like Chevy Chase, you couldn't tune away. It was amazing radio. The Sam Kinison fight over the Bon Jovi thing back in the 80s. Remember that stuff? And you'd listen and hear him goofing on people and go, and as he's pointing things out, you'd think, wow, that person is a hypocrite. Or, God, what an idiot. What a no sense of humor asshole this guy is. and he is now that guy. He is completely turned into that guy. Oh, I will not feel sorry. I will not feel sorry.
That's your new mantra?
It has to be.
Joe in Jersey, what's up?
Hey, guys, the only reason that Sirius only has doesn't have any radios in stock is they can only fit 1 or 2 in a truckload.
And the truck's got to go back. Hoist another one up on.
You ever see them pulling like those the back of the tractor trailers off at Port Newark?
Yeah.
That's actually how they lift Sirius satellite radios off the ships.
Yeah, they're sitting out there on the decks of the ships.
That's funny, man.
That's awful.
Tony Hawk and Martha Stewart. Yuck.
Let's go to Ryan in New York City. Ryan, what's up?
Hi, fellas. Big ass card member 10341. Hi, Cupcake.
Hi, mister.
The assault on the media this morning.
Yeah.
That guy, from what now I understand, was Danny. Most disturbing face ever.
It was awesome. We got to get Danny in here. We got to get the whole gang in here. We were responsible for that one, of course. We love these. We love these assaults on the media. It's been a little dry lately, I got to admit. Mm-hmm. We just love it because we just look like idiots and asses. We're all in the office getting ready for another fine Opie and Anthony program. And I got to give the assist to Ricky, believe it or not.
Oh.
Ricky, who we ride really hard.
He must have screwed up and it backfired and worked.
Well, all of a sudden Ricky comes in and goes, guys, there's a live truck on Broadway and 57th. Mm-hmm. And we all look at Ricky like, oh, God. And then we're like, well, Danny, why don't you go check that out? Like, why don't you just spend 2 minutes just in case?
Yeah.
But sure enough, there was a live truck and they were doing a report.
Thought it was going to be a tourist with a camcorder or something.
Right.
Oh, it's a news truck.
So Danny takes off. Not really confident, right, Danny, because it came from Ricky?
Well, I was confident that it would be there. I just figured it wasn't gonna be happening right away. So I figured I'd have some time.
They were over at the Newsweek building over there doing a little story on that Koran desecration thing that Newsweek was reporting.
Yeah. Well, so now they're taking that back, right?
Building. They're actually not taking back the fact that it happened or not. They're retracting the story and saying that they just don't have credible information. They still say that it happened, but their source wasn't credible, so they're retracting the story. And what everybody else wants is, a full retraction and apology.
Yeah, so people stop dying. How many people have died?
You know what, though? This is ridiculous. I did a little thinking on this last night. Heard the story. If a soldier, or even a group of soldiers, is using the Quran and desecrating it to interrogate people, you could, whatever your own opinion is, you could see that as wrong, shouldn't do it, whatever. I'm just saying, okay, people say that's wrong, that's wrong. Why then are people protesting against the United States like it's our country's policy to desecrate the Quran and flush it down the toilet to interrogate people, when they always, constantly, the Muslims are constantly turning around and saying, look, a few people are committing violence in the name of our religion, but the majority of us don't believe in it. It's a peaceful religion, yet there's people lopping off heads, and they only turn around and say, well, it's not us. It's not everybody. It's a small minority of people that are doing this. Well, why can't anybody else just say, well, this is a small minority of soldiers that are desecrating the Quran to get that? It's not a state policy. It's not the United States policy. But the second it happens, they turn around, Bush did this, America is evil, they're desecrating the Quran. Meanwhile, they're doing the same goddamn thing, only it's a lot worse. It ain't flushing some papers down the toilet, it's lopping people's heads off.
All these motherfuckers do is burn American flags and burn effigies of every president. Fuck them.
But it's not. No, it's a peaceful religion, Jimmy.
Ugh.
It's not. It's a few bad apples. But when a few, bad apples desecrate the Quran, it's a conspiracy that goes up to the presidency, and it's a whole United States policy.
Bunch of just fucking running around the street yelling with flags burned. Get a hold of yourselves. Act like humans.
Please.
Stop it.
It's impossible for them.
So anyway,
in front of the Newsweek building.
They were doing a whole story on that. So Danny went down there, And
by the way, they'll be there all day if anybody's in the area of Broadway and 57th. Sure, that's a big story.
I would love to hit them up again because they were not happy with Danny.
By the way, Islam is kicking the shit out of Christianity. I went to get a Quran, and there were none in stock. And there were so many Bibles there. I'm like, wow, this must just be a...
Islam is getting clobbered.
Oh, getting clobbered. Clobbered. Okay, Beeve.
Oh, God.
Getting clobbered.
Maybe, Howard, maybe you should have waited a couple days on that ridiculous statement.
Maybe you should have thought that over in your head, mulled it over a little bit, a couple of seconds.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't read the papers anymore. Why would he? He just calls in a show, so why would he actually go through the papers and maybe get show material? He would have seen in just about every New York paper that they're talking about XM reaching 4 million subs and having 70% of the market. So he chooses, yesterday to be the day that he says that we stink.
What an ass.
That's just beautiful. Anyway, so Danny goes out there. We turn on Channel 4 in the office, and we're all just staring at the TV. The report's going down, and we don't think he's going to make it. And all of a sudden, in the glass behind the reporter, because he's on an angle so you can see the glass of a building, you see Danny running. You see his image in the glass running, and we're thinking, oh, my God, he's going to make it. And then he slows down just in time. With what? A cigarette in your mouth, a cup of coffee in the other hand, and a Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus huge,
big placards.
Cutouts. The placards, with our stupid cartoon faces on them.
Yeah.
And he stops right behind the reporter and just stands there and gives this evil smile.
And smiles.
Yeah, motherfuckers, I got you.
With a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And a cup of coffee in his hand and a sign in the other hand. He just stops right behind her and smiles right into the camera.
I thought that was a bum. I seriously thought it was a bum.
Oh, God.
Come on. You weren't wrong.
Classic. You could barely see the sign, though.
You could definitely see it.
Yeah, you could see the Spread the Virus, Opie and Anthony real fast. It was definitely a fine assault on the media. I'm thinking we might need smaller signs, though, because they really go in for tight shots with these reporters a lot of times.
She was so pissed.
The new shot sign. She was?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, what happened after the camera went off?
She stared at me. You ever see Sleepers with Brad Pitt and when
they're
chasing the hot dog guy? And they're just staring at each other from across the street. And she had the same look at that hot dog, just looking at me.
Pissed. Yeah, they don't like that. It fucks up their resume tape. They usually use these things for, when they lose their job or try to move on, they put a whole collection of these little things together. An important story like that, it's a big story. So she would probably have included that in her resume. And there's Danny screwing it up. Going to have to go to ILM and have you digitally removed from the shot.
Like big stupid Kool-Aid smile.
Put Jar Jar Binks in its place or something.
That was a fine assault on the media.
It certainly was. Very funny. We were all watching The Office.
We definitely encourage this. It's just fun to watch, and of course it helps out the show.
It's our guerrilla marketing tactic.
You become a star for a day, and we have you down here, and you can hang and check out the show, whatever.
Yeah.
Just don't hurt the reporters.
Was it a conscious decision not to say anything?
I don't even know.
An O&A party rock or something.
I was going to also... I saw the light was still on, but I saw her flipping through her little pad, so I didn't even think they were still alive.
Oh.
So I just kind of held there, stood there with the sign, not even knowing if this was actually going on live. And luckily, I got the call afterwards from Travis, and he let me know that it was a success indeed.
You gave us a huge laugh around 6:30, 6:40 this morning. We're all just applauding and laughing and pointing at the TV.
And I would gather this is going to be up on Foundry?
Yeah, FoundryMusic.com. Yeah. It might be up real soon, or OpieandAnthony.com as well. But
ASAP.
Danny, bravo.
Thank you.
Good job.
You're officially in the lead. You're a little better than Nathaniel today.
Trumped again, birthday boy.
Oh, it's his birthday today?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Nathaniel.
How old are you, Than?
27.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
27.
All right.
Look at him in there. What is he doing at the helm? Why are you at the con?
Because I think Derek has to step out or something.
What a great birthday present they give you.
To put him in control of everything.
Yep, and then Danny gets to show me up, and it's awesome.
And it's awesome indeed.
All right, Ryan, thank you.
All right, guys, punching out.
All right. See ya. I'm glad you saw that this morning because it made us all chuckle. Let's go to Dan on Long Island. Dan, what's up?
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
We were talking about last Friday, that corny headline West Slide story.
Yeah, West Slide story for the Rock Slide.
Yeah, did you see today's post for the Quran thing? Holy Shiite.
Yeah, holy Shiite, and there's a picture of Newsweek magazine in a toilet bowl. So it's very close to a curse word on the cover of the New York Post.
Yeah, I mean, if the FCC is so big on like things that are implied now, you can't imply certain things like by beeping or using the letters. Well, how can they get away with this?
Yeah, so any child could pass by any newsstand and see that. Get affected.
The New York papers, I mean, it's just amazing to look at the covers every day. New York Post has Holy Shiite. Newsweek retracts its deadly toilet tale. They also have on the cover Israel in crisis over Madonna. Does anyone know what that's about?
There's some bullshit going on about somebody was supposed to hook up Madonna with some kind of interview, and it got into the whole political hierarchy of Israel. I'm not sure of the whole story, but it's a non-story.
Why
really.
does she have to inject herself into the Middle East?
She's so important.
Just stay here on the Upper West Side, you dull twat.
It's Madonna. It's very important she travel over there and broker some type of peace.
Esther, her name is. I think her Israeli name, or whatever the name, the Kabbalah name is Esther.
Kabbalah.
It's very important with her little bracelet made of yarn.
Oh,
Jesus.
Just atrocious.
And then also on the Post, Star Wars zapped my love life. What the hell is that about? We're
That's
gonna have to get
some
into
guy
that in a
who
while.
lost his chick over his affinity for Star Wars. He makes costumes, and yeah, they can find him. And lightsabers. He's got like 10 different lightsabers, and costumes for to be a Jedi, and Darth Vader costume he has, and he's got tattoos, all kinds of Star Wars tattoos all over his body, and he even has Teflon inserts underneath one of the tattoos of the eyes of a Tusken Raider, so they pop out like the real character's eyes kind of pop out. He did that to one of his tattoos. Wow, a true. And he says he's not a geek. He goes, those Star Trek people, now they're geeks, but he's cool.
He's cool.
Well,
his wife doesn't think he's cool.
No.
Can we get him on the phone? Is that possible?
Took off. Maybe. He lives on Long Island.
Yeah, we should try to look this guy up and get him on the phone today.
Him and his, I guess it was supposed to be his wife, his gal pal. We're talking about having kids, and he wants to name one of the kids Anakin, and she says no.
Yeah, here's the story really fast. Eric Negron has emblazoned most of his body with Star Wars tattoos, sleeps between Star Wars sheets. He has Star Wars sheets!
You know, that's probably a collector's item. Original Star Wars sheets?
Look, man, I understand hobbies and stuff, and if you're into Star Wars and you want to get the sheets, that's fine. But maybe you put those in a closet or something. Maybe you break them out to show your other Star Wars friends.
There you go. You don't sleep on them.
You don't sleep between the Star Wars sheets. And he even lost his 10-year...
wet dreams and splooging all over him.
And even lost his 10-year living girlfriend to the dark side of the Force.
Ooh.
She said it was me or Star Wars. My reaction was Star Wars.
Yeah. Girls have cooties anyway.
Well, he's right, though. He said, I'm not a geek. I'm a douchebag. After your fellow obsession, stupid.
Yeah.
He hates when people call him geeks.
A geek, yeah. He doesn't consider himself a geek. He thinks this is really cool.
All right.
It's the guy that, has lightsaber fights with his friends. Come over the house and get all dressed up. It's almost like those guys that dress up like EverQuest characters in real life and fight. What is that called?
I forgot. The
LARPers.
I was going to say LARPers.
They're
yeah.
LARPers.
Okay.
Live action role playing.
All right.
And they dress up like the characters, and he does the same thing.
Why can't any of them have I wouldn't mind it so much if it was like an affinity for The Shining. I couldn't take it anymore. Every time a Negro came over, he'd bury an axe in his chest.
Oh, God.
This gets better. He's a good guy, don't get me wrong, but he's definitely obsessed, as Satan or Satin, his ex there. She's also a tattoo artist. You could see which was top priority, and it wasn't me. He wanted to have a Star Wars wedding. If we had a kid, he wanted to name it after a Star Wars character.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a car, but we had a life-sized Han Solo carbonite in the living room.
Yeah. his table, his actual dining room table, is a replica of Han Solo encased in carbonite, and you would have to eat off that, I guess.
And he doesn't want to be called a geek. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! I'm just reading on here.
Well, while you're reading on, Opie.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got a plug here. Big Kev presents Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. Wednesday, May 18th, 10 p.m. It's at the AMC Clifton Commons, Route 3 East, Clifton, New Jersey. It's they're going to have stickers, trivia for prizes, costume prizes, and it culminates with the 12:01 a.m. premiere of the film.
Ugh.
So join Big Kev, sponsored by I should have read that first. CollectibleBitsBox.com.
CollectibleBitsBox.com.
Right.
Jesus, that is hard to say.
And Time Warp Comics and Games in Cedar Grove, New Jersey. There you go. Wow. We are going to need some recorders at that goddamn event.
When is it, Ant?
That's tomorrow, Wednesday, May 18th, 10 p.m. it starts.
Can I get into the premiere of Star
Clifton
Wars?
Commons.
At midnight? Oh, I haven't seen the first two from the new series. Shit.
No, I just watched the third.
Oh. No,
watch the third.
You might be a little confused. You don't have them on
scared.
DVD?
I bought them. I watched part of the one, and I saw Jar Jar, and I turned it off. I'm like, Lucas should be executed.
You got to get over the Jar Jar things. I know it's very difficult, but you got to watch both of them before you go see the third.
Okay.
You have to.
Anthony, this continues.
Yeah.
He is closing in on his ultimate goal to make latex masks of all the aliens from the cantina scene in the original film.
Everyone has a goal.
I just can't get past the cantina scene, he confessed.
Who can?
Having attended last week's charity screening of Revenge of the Sith, which he plans to see 100 times or so this summer, he says, I could die tomorrow a happy man since I've seen the last movie. I'm complete right now. Good news for this guy. He's got a new girlfriend. She's pregnant. The baby's due in 2 months.
Yeah.
And he wants to name the little fella
Anakin. Yeah.
Kill yourself.
But he doesn't want to be called a geek.
You know, I was playing, when it first came out, I was playing Star Wars Galaxies. It's a role-playing game like EverQuest, but set in the Star Wars universe. I was a bounty hunter.
Okay.
And, yeah. And there's a cantina in the Mos Eisley section of the game. So I go in there, and I realized I was not long for the game because even I'll consider myself a geek, you know, especially as far as computer games go. I walk in there. There's 2 characters that are being played by other people somewhere in the country, obviously younger, and they're talking to each other, and you could see their dialogue, you know, and over their heads. And one goes to the other, oh, my God, I can't believe we're here. We're in the cantina. Yeah, this is so cool. Like, they were so thrilled to be in this virtual cantina space, and I just kind of walked out and never really went back to the game. That was it.
This cantina scene, by the way, almost ruined Star Wars. It stunk.
It was
that big elephant playing a horn. It was atrocious.
Well, you got to think also the special effects back then were not very
Agreed.
good. Yeah.
Agreed. But Boba Fett was cool.
Yeah.
I guess in the second one there was a lot. Whatever the first one. Fuck no.
The first one was cool. I liked the ships were very good.
Great. They were great.
Yeah. The effects on the Death Star were, you know, they were okay for the time. They were great. I mean, when, you know, the X-wings go into the trench, famous scene. It's amazing, and you know, for the time, it was great. But yeah, some of the aliens very lame, rubbery hands, like fake rubber gloves they were wearing. But that's all he had to wear.
Even Jabba the Hutt was awful. What made the thing interesting was C-3PO. R2-D2 was fine, but Vader obviously could be the best bad guy in the history of films.
See, that was some great stuff.
Chewbacca was actually very well done costuming, and Boba Fett and all that's what it should have been.
I don't think they needed all the rubber-headed alien things going on.
Boogity, you know, little marketing, you fucking weak-chinned idiot.
That was just a cute little scene.
It
for the kids.
Stunk. The elephant. Oh, kids have to have it.
Yeah.
All right, this guy's very pissed off that we're making fun of Star Wars.
No,
David in Tennessee, what's up, David?
Yes, hello. I was just wondering what type of show this is, where you constantly make fun of Star Wars for my 10-year-old little boy to hear.
I am a huge fan, sir.
No, listen to me. My little son.
Oh, my God.
told
Listen
me
how
to turn
phony
on
this
the
is.
channel.
Hold on, you what, sir? You, with this phony phone call, you what?
My son told me to turn on this channel, so I did when I'm driving him to school, and I heard the Star Wars talk, and then I heard about sheep and Jimmy on sheets and everything.
All right, so I suggest you find a pole and head for it.
We have no
It
time
was
for phony
fake.
phone calls today. George in West Virginia, what's up?
What's up, dude? There's some fucking douchebag critics on yesterday talking about how Lucas intentionally made Episode 3 in comparison to the Bush administration.
Yeah, that's
like
another
the
one.
rise of the empire is somehow reminiscent of how the Bush administration came to be.
Well, I'm sure after the movie's out a while, someone will write a nice little article on that.
They have,
We'll
yeah.
have some fun with that.
I've read some articles already tying the two together. But if you look, it could be, you could say it's like any war that's going on or any government stop.
Yeah, Lucas said himself he's actually comparing it to the Vietnam War or something.
Really?
Well, the original one came out in 1977, so I wonder, when Darth Vader smashed Obi-Wan Kenobi, was that a Jimmy Carter Shaw of Iran reference? You fucking idiots.
Punching out, boys.
I like the scene where Senator Palpatine gets a blowjob in the Oval Office. That's a great one.
Shannon in Ohio. What's up, Shannon?
Good morning.
Morning.
Hello.
Ooh, a girl.
Hi, Jimmy.
Nice.
It's a girl. Hi, Shannon in Ohio.
Good morning, Jimmy. My husband and I just recently bought a house, and while we were looking for houses...
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, what did I say?
Oh,
Husband.
nothing.
Husband.
Oh, sorry.
That's hurtful.
We live in a fantasy world on this program.
That's right.
So all you fine ladies that call in, you can just make believe you don't have that.
You're all single college girls.
You're all single hot cheerleaders that like to frolic in fountains in malls.
Shower together.
Instead of a husband, just refer to it as the guy with the huge cock that I live with.
He probably would love that, too. So it's this guy with a huge cock that I live with. We went to look at a house, and the guy who was showing us the house, bathroom, bedroom, whatever, we get to the basement. There's this door. It has, like, keep out signs on it. It's, like, under the stairs, basically. And I'm looking at my husband like, we're going to find dead bodies in there. This guy was really weird. And he's like, okay, now, before you go into this room, I just want you to know you can't judge me on this room, and don't make your decision about whether or not to buy this house on this room. We walk in, there's, like, a 6-foot replica of the Starship Enterprise or whatever it's called hanging from the ceiling, and his stormtrooper outfit in the corner, and all this Star Wars and Star Trek crap laying around. And my husband sort of jokingly said, yeah, really. My husband sort of jokingly said, oh, so this stuff come with the house when we buy it? And the guy just looked at us with this dead stare and went, no. What did my wife tell you? No. None of the stuff is sold out.
Oh, he was very upset by the thought that he might have to give it up, huh?
But he gave us this death, we were a little concerned. And then my husband commented on he had Captain Kirk, whatever his name is, biography. Yeah. And the guy just went off on a tirade about what an asshole he is and doesn't appreciate his fans. And he had tried to get an autograph, and yeah.
You should have killed him.
Yeah, I really think he might have been buried in the basement if he was not alive today.
Excuse me, Captain Kirk, could you sign my copy of Catcher in the Rye? Thank you.
All right, Shannon, thank you.
Thanks.
See, I don't mind a guy like she's talking about. A guy with an obsession for a film, if you love the movie and you got part of your basement dedicated to it or whatever.
There you go.
Fine. No one's saying you can't have a hobby that kind of takes you away from your life. I mean, we all have them.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start getting the tattoos and when you try to bang your woman and you have to go down on her and look at an Ewok because it's on your sheets, there's something emotionally wrong with you. You're an ass.
Let's go to Mark on Long Island. Mark?
Hey, guys, what's going on?
Hey, man.
Just want to say, Return of the Jedi, I would have loved to see more Ewoks die. That was the gayest scene in the whole fucking movie.
Atrocious.
Ruined that movie.
It was atrocious.
Yeah,
that idiot was marketing towards children and not caring about the integrity of his film.
Yep.
What was the noise they would make?
Oh, I don't even know.
Like little hamburglers? Little woogly, cute characters?
Maybe he never cared about the integrity. of his film or films.
Well, I hear he ties it up very well.
All right,
with this
maybe it
last
was all
one.
about making a lot of money and marketing toward kids. And I mean, Anthony brought up something just before the show started today that the new Star Wars movie is going to make so much more money just marketing-wise than actual ticket sales.
The whole series has made more money in marketing than it has in the actual sale of tickets for the movie itself. More in action figures, fast food restaurant endorsement deals, clothing, bed sheets, things like that have made more money than the film itself.
Well, I mean, the first one, though, again, at least it made, like, the stormtroopers were phenomenal.
Yeah.
The costumes made perfect sense. Like, one of the main characters was, Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
Who was, just great. No one figured that would be a little character with a gray hat, that scumbag. So at least to me, the movie made much more sense. But then they started to get into all this shit that was geared obviously.
But maybe the fans took it to that next level and made this movie legendary and serious and all that. Maybe Lucas had it in his mind the whole time. I'm going to throw a movie out there for kids and adults and have a little fun here.
Empire Strikes Back was a great movie.
Yeah.
I thought that one was really, really good. It wasn't packed with stupid, cute little aliens and things like that. But then the Jedi was ugh.
The Ewoks. And then he takes his helmet off and he looks like Bob Kelly without the goatee. What happened? I don't know. Darth Vader hurt his leg playing football. And
that cheeseburger you do not want.
I do not want that cheeseburger.
Those fries give Yoda.
Here, have my fries.
Your drink desire you not.
The Diet Pepsi, I do want.
Want you not.
Do
not want.
This summer, grab a Diet Pepsi and see Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith.
Wow, he could even make Diet Pepsi sound cool.
The market.
Grab a Diet Pepsi and see Star Wars Episode 3.
You see it everywhere. Oh, there's stormtroopers and Yoda and Darth Vader selling all kinds of crap on TV. It really kind of does take away from the evilness of Vader when he's staring at the Burger King and they're both breathing at each other.
I actually got that.
It really does take away
that
from
was a
the
commercial?
whole evilness. Yes.
It doesn't work for radio, unfortunately, because it's more of a visual.
It's a visual. They're staring each other down.
I think this is the audio. Well, this is the commercial.
They're just breathing at each other.
They're just staring at each other and breathing.
What a great sound that is. What a great evil sound.
Genius.
That is it.
Please choose your destiny at BK.
That is it.
And to use James Earl Jones' voice, and that big guy's name was David Prowse. I don't think he's doing it now.
Yeah.
Interesting bit of trivia. If anyone ever saw Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
The big bodybuilder who carries down the guy in the wheelchair, that's Darth Vader.
That's the guy in the Vader suit. Yeah.
That Burger King mascot is just beyond creepy, too.
What is the mascot?
Guy wakes up in bed and turns over and he's just staring at it.
It's just like, how do you describe it? It's a king, obviously.
Yeah, it's the Burger King guy with the big head.
But there's no facial expressions
because
it's just a mask that doesn't really move. And
he just kind of sits there and stares at people.
It's
very
really
frightening.
Really creepy.
I don't know who he is.
There is nothing new under the sun. But under the small green fourth moon of Yavin, there is quite a different story. Director George Lucas and 20th Century Fox present Star Wars. Luke Skywalker is on a daring mission to rescue a beautiful princess, and all he needs is a little help from his friends. Han Solo, space pirate, and Chewie, his giant Wookiee, C-3PO, human relations cyborg, and his counterpart R2-D2, and the mysterious Jedi Knight. Never before in the history of movies has so much time and technology been spent just for fun. Star Wars. Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
He just ripped off The Wizard of Oz. That's all that is.
Yeah. Wow, that is an old commercial.
Yeah, that's from 1977.
And there's really no focus on Darth Vader. It just shows you he probably didn't plan on it being the massive hit that it was.
Yeah.
That was insightful of me.
Goofy space movie.
Let's go back to Washington. Second call from Washington already. Josh?
Good morning.
Morning, Josh.
Washington.
Morning, Jimmy. Good morning, O&A.
Good morning, Josh. Thanks for calling the program.
Not a problem. I'll tell you what, I get more pussy because I'm a Star Wars fan than you might think.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. I've invited girls to come over. I say, hey, let's. I got all 5 so far on DVD. I said, come over, hang out, watch a movie. Next thing you know, I'm banging them on the couch, and now I'm hearing this on my TV, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if girls are getting turned on by it, but.
Good move.
No, all the phones
went dead.
Why?
Again.
Why?
That seems to be the latest phone problem.
Oh my
it doesn't
God,
happen a lot,
you guys.
but it just has to happen once.
Oh, my God, I'm going to have...
We had
God.
a lot of phone callers there we
oh
would
my
have gone
God.
to.
There were some great phone calls just standing by waiting.
It's okay, Opie. Watch.
Oh, my God.
Call back. There you go.
Oh, my
I fixed
God.
it.
I'll call back.
Are we working on that problem? Because that's the
That's
latest
a biggie.
one.
That's a biggie. Because it just wipes out the entire bank of phones.
Oh, my God. When you do a radio show, you're just looking at the screen going, wow, this is easily 20 minutes of very good radio.
Oh.
Poof. Oh, no problem. We're such experts. We'll just make it up.
Look at all the calls, though, now.
Yeah, well, now it's a whole scramble of new people.
Could have been some of the other people with very good
calls.
New people, hang up, let the old people call back.
Oh, God. Well.
And by the way, the guy who says he gets laid, what do you do? Bring a chick home, and when she falls asleep, you rape her? You psychopath? No chick that wants to bang is going to come over and watch Star Wars and bang. It doesn't work that way.
All right, why don't we take a break? We'll regroup.
Our show is popular because none of the phone lines are lit. See, if you had a bunch of the phone lines lit...
Yeah, can I hear that again?
We're clobbering
Please.
Other phone lines.
People are like, why do you spend so much time on him? Because he's so silly
it's so
and out of
funny
touch
now.
and delusional that it just makes us laugh really hard.
Yep.
I just don't get that thing that where you walk in and you say to the president of the company, hand me some radios. I'd love to. All out.
All out. We're doing so well.
Which one you want to hear again? The really good one?
Yeah, I want to
hear
that
one where he mentions us is pretty funny, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, just go with that one.
Anyway, everyone's gearing up for me going over to satellite. And they're getting clobbered, XM. You know, they're getting clobbered. In fact, I was over at Sirius the other day. I said, I want to give away some free radios. They go,
we don't have
we can't even keep them in stock.
More brilliant commentary by Robin from the Dunk Tank.
Can't even keep them in stock.
They don't have any. Shut up.
Oh, you useless. You're useless.
I think the term Mel used when he requested them is going like hotcakes.
Hotcakes. My God, man.
All right, why don't we take a break, Ant? I want to do, I'd like to take a peek at Wacky Radio today.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't want to do it the way we've done in the past because it kind of fails miserably, but maybe we could take a peek at 1 or 2 shows today.
Yeah.
That means we're counting on the listeners to set it up perfectly.
Oh, boy. That could be trouble.
All right. Well, we'll put a time limit on the bit. If it stinks, we're out. We're out! Also, Ant, we got more sex talk with Sue Johansson. I can't get enough of this lady.
She is something else.
Sexy old bag.
We did the how to explain explicit images to a child, right?
Yeah.
Oh. Prehistoric vibrators. We could get into that with her. Toilet terror. Can you catch an STD from a toilet seat?
Only crabs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've heard that those are actually possible to catch, but an STD, I don't care what she says, no.
And if you're getting raped by a washroom attendant at a popular Manhattan night spot, perhaps you could catch an STD off a toilet seat.
Did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that story, too. And also, Anthony...
Some drunk teen was in there, underage, all drunk. Went to go to the bathroom, and one of these washroom attendants...
One of these animals.
Followed her in. The washroom attendant.
He raped her. That's how that Star Wars guy gets laid all the time. He dresses up like a stormtrooper and attacks them, and they can't identify him. I don't know. He had a laser gun and a white hat,
helmet,
and a little news tease for when we get back, Anthony. Let me adjust your gi.
Ooh.
That's a very funny story that made us giggle in the back office.
Let me adjust your gi.
All on the way.
Like sands through the hourglass, so is the O&A virus.
Pepper, what's up, buddy?
What's going down?
Pepper Keenan from COC.
Do I have to explain what happened on Friday?
Yeah, we were really hoping for you to come in. You know, we haven't seen you in a while, and next thing I know, like, Ben is handing us a note saying Pepper is missing somewhere in New York City. They busted down his room, the door to his room in his hotel, and they saw some, like, chick in his bed, and that's all they knew.
You know who that chick was?
Huh.
That was me, face down. The stupid lady assumed that I was some woman, I guess because of my beautifully long hair.
That's awful, man.
Do you have a hairless ass, too?
It was me. And I had made the mistake of flying to New York and leaving my phone charger at home, so my cell phone was dead.
So you didn't wake up for our interview or whatever. You were going to come over here. I think you were staying right across the street.
Yeah, I was ready to go, man.
And then all of a sudden they went into panic mode and they
were calling friends of mine in New Orleans to get like running buddies in Manhattan's phone number.
Oh, shit.
It was hilarious, and I'd been out in Manhattan the night before. We were running all over the place, but I was ready to go. But the lady, security woman or whatever, assumed that I was a woman, obviously thinking that some guy with beautiful blonde hair wouldn't be the singer for COC.
Jeez, did you have was the sheet pulled up on you? Or
I had no idea, man. I'm lucky I wasn't buck naked on the floor.
Well, maybe then she'd know it wasn't a chick.
She really probably would have thought it was a woman.
There's a woman with a cock in this room.
Yeah, it wasn't sounding good on Friday.
Yeah, it was funny, man. Everybody was completely in a panic mode, but I was up and at 'em.
Well, it didn't help that a national talk show is basically saying that Pepper's missing. Because that's the info we got. Pepper's missing, and there's some chick naked in his bed.
There's a dead chick in the bed.
Yeah, I think at one point we did say that.
She wasn't moving.
We're like, it's rock and roll.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
We've seen this story before.
You're right. Been down that muddy road.
Opie and Anthony, the virus is spreading.
You're checking out the O&A virus spreading across America thanks to XM Satellite Radio. The phones were jammed and then they went away again.
Yeah, apparently they're changing out some equipment, is what I heard. And, yeah.
How long is that going to take?
About 4 minutes ago, I was told 10 minutes.
We need the phones today.
Oh, phones. What do we need phones for? It's not like we're a very interactive show with the audience.
But some days we go to the phones more than others, and today we're heavy on the phones and they go away.
We were talking about something the audience really wants to talk about. Not like personal stories or anything. It was something everyone could share and enjoy.
Well, the listeners' input is very important to this show.
No matter how stupid it is.
Well, even that's important, because then we get to mock them.
I still have instant feedback, though. Thank God.
Hear the latest on Ellen DeGeneres? This is a fucked up story.
Paycheck?
Daily News, actually. Ellen comes out as a abuse survivor.
Survivor.
Yeah, do we have that music?
She's a survivor.
The behind-the-scenes crew is all messed up today, too. We're short of guys, so now Eric's in there. Nathaniel's doing something else, and they're trying to get the phones working.
Danny's face is pretty funny when the phones go out. It just goes pop, and he puts his arms up like, it wasn't me. Like, I didn't do it. I saw it. It happened, but I had nothing to do with it.
It's like we all saw the same thing, but I had nothing to do with it. All right, here we go.
A survivor story.
Yes.
Ellen DeGeneres. Surviving abuse.
I'm starting to think everyone has been touched as a kid. I mean,
I don't remember being touched.
I think everyone has.
Aww.
It has taken 30 years, Anthony, but Ellen DeGeneres is finally talking about the molestation she says she endured at the hands of her stepfather.
Ooh.
Always the stepfather.
Yep.
The comic says she was 17 when her mother, Betty, breast cancer and mastectomy. Wait, Betty. Oh, I got it. Okay. The comic says she was 17 when her mother, Betty's breast cancer and mastectomy, gave Betty's third husband an excuse to examine Ellen. What the fuck did I mess up now?
Nothing, actually. You actually didn't mess up.
Jimmy looks over. Oh.
I think it's just the awfulness of the story.
It really is a horrible.
Oh, I know.
Story.
I'm not doing this as a laugh.
I know. But I'm giggling.
Oh, okay.
You're giggling.
I thought I messed up.
No.
I thought I messed up another word. All right, so basically, Ellen's mom there had breast cancer and a mastectomy, and her third husband used that as an excuse to examine Ellen.
Oh. How old was little Ellen?
17. The sitcom and talk show star says her stepfather, whom she did not identify by name, told her he thought he'd felt a lump in her mother's other breast.
Uh-huh.
But he didn't want to alarm the mom, Betty, there, so he needed to feel mine to make sure.
Ah, the little comparison. All right. What, the guy's getting in trouble for just trying to help out?
So he's feeling up Ellen's mom there, feels a lump, doesn't want to alarm her because she's been through hell and back already, so he decides to alarm Ellen.
Let me see if there's a lump on you in the same spot. And, oh, okay.
Sounds logical, huh?
Sounds perfectly fine.
He made me lie down because he said he felt hers while she was lying down.
And I had my penis in her at the time. That could have maybe caused a lump here, so I'm going to have to have sex with you.
Look, I know it's wrong, but you got to respect this guy. All right, look. Well, that one's gone. How old are you? Almost 18. Lay down.
He really thought it out.
That's called trading in the old model and picking up the new one.
Oh.
It escalated into other things. He tried to break down the door to my bedroom. I had to kick a window out and escape and sleep in a hospital all night long.
Do you think she was dancing when he knocked when he kicked the door in? Was she there just dancing? Oh, look, and then she's just hoping that he'll start dancing and she could diffuse the situation.
She's not dancing. She's not dancing every morning. She's trying to be a tough target.
Don't touch my tip.
The clock came walking in with duct tape on its mouth and a heart on. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Ding, ding, ding. What time is it? Oh.
And she also talks about Anne Heche, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about her?
Well, Anne broke my heart into a million pieces, DeGeneres says. When Anne left, I'd wake up in the morning and my eyes would just immediately fill up with tears, and I would start convulsively crying. I'd watch the sun come up and then go down, and I'd literally be in the same place on the floor. I've never spoken to her since she left, she says, though recently while driving she thought she saw Anne Heche.
Oh, try to run her over?
There would have been a point where that would have made me so nervous, but I realized I felt nothing, and feeling nothing about her was great.
Wow.
Look at the hot one she's got now, though.
15 years her junior, yes.
Portia de Rossi.
Yes.
There you go.
So Ellen DeGeneres coming out as a abuse survivor
Can
this
celebrities
morning.
stop? I like Ellen a lot, but it's like, come on already. Quit. We don't care.
Stop it. Stop whining.
Fine, you're a winner. You beat it.
Well, they're smart enough to know that these magazines want to do these interviews, and they got to have a little tidbit, a little thing. And then that little thing is printed in all the newspapers, and then us, as the consumers, go out and buy the magazine to get the full interview.
Stop whining. Stop whining. Stop it.
Ellen DeGeneres, Survivor.
Are the phones working yet? No. Nothing. Oh, my God.
What's the problem? The phones don't look right. What is that?
I don't know. Breathe.
I like that. It says not connected to a server.
You see what happens?
Yeah.
When we don't have the equipment working? We came out of the box swinging today. We did an hour straight of really, really good radio, and now we're sitting waiting for everyone else to catch up to us.
That's what
again.
Happens. Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
All right, we'll go to the Sue Johansson.
Yeah.
Sex stuff.
I like her.
We'll refocus
She's a
here.
Sexy old bag.
The grandma. We've been having a lot of fun with her the last few days.
Is that Portia de Rossi, topless?
Is that her? What was that from?
Where did that come from?
Thank you once again, Mr. Skin. What movie is that from, Eric?
That is from Women in Film.
Women in Film.
She's lovely.
She certainly is.
Lovely.
She sure is a pretty gal. I got to take my car into the shop because I was backing up in my garage. The little Mexican man who works there. I'm like, I'll get it. Should I feel like waiting for him because he was smoking with his awful mustache? And I'm backing it up, and I promptly ripped my goddamn mirror off.
Oh, no.
When you're backing up and you're looking behind you, there's no worse sound than plastic. When you, like, that, the final sound of a mirror being ripped off.
Oh, no.
So I just, and then of course he's so panicked about his own fucking job. He's like, I tell you, shut up, stupid. It's not your fault. It was my fault.
Oh, my goodness. Did you have to get out of your car and pick your mirror up?
No, it was just dangling. Unfortunately, it didn't even have the dignity to hit the floor. It's just hanging there like it was punched off while me and my fucking also non-fighting radio partners sat there like girls. So I got to drive it in today with the clunk on the side. It really was
Is
annoying.
it making a little scratch
I know.
now?
I purposely thought of it. I didn't drive it. I actually just took a cab downtown and did my thing.
What's that going to run you?
I don't know. I got to get a tune-up
Probably
anyway.
hundreds.
Yeah, whatever.
Probably
hundreds. Yeah, it's not an easy fix these days.
No.
A brand new mirror. Just get it, put it on.
These side mirrors now.
You used to just
They're
go
complicated.
Go down to the auto parts store, buy another mirror, and zip screw it into your door, and that was pretty much it.
Right.
Now, this is a very intricate part. This is going to actually, we're going to have to replace your entire right side of the vehicle,
which is attached to the engine.
It's attached to the whole front quarter panel now has to be replaced. It's one piece.
Yeah, it's very irritating, and I already had the right side ripped off one time while I was driving. I hit it to a parked truck, so that's nice to have two brand new ones.
You had another mirror? What's wrong with you?
I'm busy. I get scared sometimes
You
when I'm
don't know
driving.
the parameters of your vehicle?
I do, but I just panic and close my eyes and hold
just
the wheel.
Shut your eyes. I hope it's wide enough for me to get through.
Please let it be okay, God.
I love my mirrors go in automatically. If it gets a little thin, there have been some roads where I'm like, this is a little thin, like an oil truck's making a delivery. I could hit a button and my mirrors go and pull in. So I don't got to lean over and roll the window down and pull it in.
Well, fancy car. That would have I'm sorry. I drive a Saturn, which is nice. My mirrors adjust too. All you got to do is get close enough to the pole and back up. Once you get close there, all of a sudden it's not in your way anymore. There it is, dangling by the side of your door. It's kind of like the same thing.
Fantastic.
I got to get it fixed. I'm annoyed.
All right, why don't we go back to Sue Johansson? I think the phones are about to work again for us, Anthony.
All right, with the Starbucks lid.
What's wrong?
Just the same thing you complain about. These lids that fucking drip all over you. It's annoying.
Liddy, what do you think is wrong with your cousin, the coffee lid?
I don't know. He's a real wet end. Easy, Liddy.
Liddy. Oh, Liddy.
Carl from Jersey. Let's see if the phones are working. Carl?
Yes, sir.
You hot, Carl?
Hey, Tim, that mirror is going to cost you 2 dates.
2 dates, yeah. Put it in those terms.
That's pretty good.
Bye, Carl.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple $100 easily.
I've been good. I have not done anything naughty in a few days.
I don't know if it's the Starbucks lid, by the way, or my lip. I think I drank coffee wrong.
Well, then maybe you sipped mine before I got it in here. It's dripping
Why, you got
all
the
over.
same thing?
It's not dripping out of my mouth, dude. It's like when you hold the cup.
Right.
It comes out the side of the lid that overlaps all over your hand.
Yeah.
And it's like, how much of it is stored up in that top
They
between
fill
the
it up
brim
to
and the
the
lid?
tippy top, and then they put the lid on. And I don't think the lid is like a watertight gasket around the top of it, so it comes out.
I don't know, man. It just hurts a little bit when I'm drinking my coffee and it's dripping all over the place.
I understand.
It bugs me.
I got coffee, stains on every shirt I own.
Really?
Yeah, because it just drips every morning.
Dribbles.
Slowly drips down the front of me. All right, so Sue Johansson, she does the sex talk on the Oxygen channel. Her hook is that she's a grandma, and she knows so much about sex, because she's just banging all the time, Anthony.
Yeah, she knows nothing.
She's just one of those hip grandmas. Enough with the hip grandmas.
Yeah, exactly. Be what you are. Just diaper using, inconsiderate. Why can't I think of the word when I need it?
Incontinent?
No. It was going to be something about how they're in the way.
Oh.
I can't even think of the word now that I've paused and completely spoiled everything.
You really did.
That's diaper wearing.
Inconsiderate? Yeah, because grandmas are always so inconsiderate.
I know. Well, they're kissing you and giving you cookies.
Dollars.
I love my Nana. What an asshole I am.
My Nana. Why is it one's got to be grandma and one's got to be Nana? This is my Nana. This is my grandma. Like my mother's mother is Grandma. And my father's mother, she was Nana.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Except nanny, not nanny.
Nanny, that's what I said too, Nanny. I think as a kid they wanted us to call her Nana, but we would always say Nanny because, I don't know, it's kind of more fun to say Nanny.
Yeah, well, they, I think it was like a rivalry almost between grandmothers.
There's always that rivalry, yeah.
I remember my dad's mom once said, no, I'm Nanny, and she's mother of the whore.
That could show some type of rivalry. I know my father's family was a lot more fun to be around when I was a kid. We used to go over their house out in Queens. We'd go over one of their houses for Christmas. So the only time I really saw them was during Christmas. So they were just raging alcoholics, drinking, having fun. Santa would come down into the basement and give us kids all presents and everything like that. And I saw my mother's side of the family a lot. Like every weekend, they lived in Huntington, so we would drive over there. And they were like the boring family because you'd see them so often, nothing really was going on. And I realized how much fun my father's family was because they were all drinking.
Yeah. There was no rivalry in my family.
No, huh?
I had the one awesome grandma, my dad's mother.
Yeah.
And then I had my mom's thing, who was a raving twat.
Was that the one that called you precious?
Yeah, on her deathbed.
On her deathbed?
And I told my mom I'd be in the car waiting for her.
They
Yeah,
bring the whole family there. Oh, my God, it's tragic.
It's not tragic. She was
tragic.
She was a lunatic. She was a raving lunatic. She was a twat.
Yeah.
A no good woman. She was never officially my grandma in my eyes.
Yeah.
We had to call her Aunt B, whatever the hell.
Really?
And that was before I was nicknamed Opie, by the way.
That's really bad if there's two Mayberry references in your family.
Absolutely.
My mom blew off her own mom for the sanity of us kids.
Really?
Oh yeah, she was a douche, an absolute douche.
But then when the end was near,
I went from I couldn't even tell you. I don't even know. I think I was like 8 or 10 years old. I don't even know. I really don't know. Around 8 or 10 was the last time I saw my mom's mom. And then you fast forward about 10, 15 years, and I was about 24, 25, and she's in a nursing home after having a stroke. And I'm seeing her for the first time in many, many, many years, and she's looking at me going, "Oh, precious, you've grown up."
Precious.
And I just went under my breath,
Precious.
"Ugh, Mom, I'll be in the car. Do what you have to do."
Do what you have to do, like she's going to smother her with a pillow.
It's funny.
Do what you got to do. I'll leave the car running.
Chief, do whatever's necessary. I'll be outside. You take Mac with you.
But
throw this fountain through a window.
But my dad's mom, picked up the slack.
Yeah.
Big time. So I never felt like I didn't have, that grandma, thing happening.
Right.
But my mom's mom, pure evil.
Wow.
Pure fucking evil.
Even while calling you precious.
Couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, you just had
Could not be bothered.
I'll wait out in the car.
At this point, you couldn't even walk anymore. But could be bothered. Wow. So, what? It's not that big of a deal. It happens to everybody, right?
Everybody has the family relations.
It's not the one you open mouth kissed, right?
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, okay.
No, she was the one with the old lady house that just scared the shit out of us.
Which is the one that you actually were kissing and you grabbed by the back of the head.
Pushed her head down. Oh. Yeah, come here, Grandma. Push that head down.
Just a deep, open-eyed kiss.
Get a nice handful of that thin, curly hair. Push it down.
Wait, what did I used to do to my ex-girlfriend's grandmother? I used to tell her that I was going to dry hump her, or was that her grandmother? I was going to push up against the kitchen counter and reach my hand around and squeeze her ass and dry hump her in her house dress.
Oh, Jesus.
Why is everyone saying inconvenient? What did I do? What did we do wrong there?
That was what Jimmy said.
Oh, inconvenient is probably the word I was looking for. Or whatever. Yeah, maybe that's it. I'm not sure. I couldn't think of the word. I just drew a complete blank.
Yeah.
I'm cute.
Okay.
Getting nervous.
All right, so why don't we move on with Sue Johansson, the grandma, talking about sex, Anthony, on the Oxygen Channel.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lot of fun. Here's good old Sue talking about prehistoric vibrators.
Mating, and what they don't realize, of course, is that male and female...
What the hell happened there? Hold on one sec.
Did you have the wrong track queued up?
I think it was my fault, actually. Let's go to this.
Yeah, so it's called the aqua erotic. And it looks like your average garden variety hard vibrator. But this one is different. Yeah. You can fill this one with hot water, not too hot, folks, be gentle now, or cold water to give different sensations. And it gives a whole new meaning to priming the pump.
What the hell is going on?
We
That's
did that-
definitely, I know, that's definitely the track, but it's just listed wrong.
Uh-oh.
I want to hear about prehistoric vibrators.
You can even add food coloring just for fun.
Yeah, we heard this
Now,
one.
We heard that.
a couple of...
Oh, that stinks. I want to hear about prehistoric vibrators.
Maybe that's the one. Didn't she say? Maybe that's the one where she said something. No.
No.
Let's track through it.
Huh?
Track through it.
All right, let's try this one. The male birth control pill. Get the 411 on the next frontier.
And now we've got Tracy. Hi, Tracy.
Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. I'm calling concerning the male birth
Got a
control.
question?
Yeah. The male birth control pill?
Yes.
I was wondering...
Which
my boyfriend
one?
and I'm sorry?
There isn't one.
Oh, there isn't one?
No.
Oh, I've been misled.
Uh-oh. Who's telling you that there's a male birth control pill?
Guy's popping Pez going, yeah, I'm safe. Open up.
I don't want to wear a bag. I ate this. It's all good.
This is great. I keep him in a St. Joseph's baby aspirin bottle.
There is something called a male birth control pill. It's on the end of an arm, and it curls up into a fist.
My boyfriend. Okay. No, he was watching a program on television tonight, and he said that there was something about it.
Oh, they're doing research on them.
Okay.
But they haven't...
I got some of the research they're doing on the male birth control pill right here, as a matter of fact. That's it. No baby.
Something about it.
Oh, they're doing research on them.
Okay.
But they haven't got it yet.
Okay, I see.
They know what they can use an androgen progesterone combination.
Okay.
But what happens is androgen is testosterone, and that affects him in other ways.
Okay.
And what it does is it eliminates sperm, but it also reduces his sex drive to diddly squat.
Well, we won't have that then.
No, we don't want that one.
No.
There's another one they're working on which changes the coating on the sperm.
Okay.
So that they don't glom onto an egg. And there's another one they're working on which causes sperm to clump and immobilize.
Okay.
But they're nowhere near. We're looking
Give her
at
a
at
mouthful of
least
cottage
another
cheese.
5 years. There's not much enthusiasm for research into a male birth control pill.
Great.
Okay.
Females are much more pliable and much more amenable to using birth control because we got more at stake than guys do.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Thank you very much.
So you just tell, not buying that one, dear.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Tracy.
Cottage cheese load. You jam a tomato in her mouth before you blow your load. Here you go, fatso.
There you go. Take this face full of rice pudding. That causes it to clump. Wonderful.
Do it in a bucket. Let her fix her tub tiles with it.
I don't think we would be good at taking birth control pills.
No. Oh, look at Al Roker's talking to a little Down syndrome gentleman on
Al's
today's
number one
show.
fan.
We just missed it, unfortunately.
We just missed it.
Are we recording that in the office?
Well, you got to be politically correct, Make sure you talk to everybody.
A little
It's online
handicapped
outside the
gentleman.
Today Show.
Oh,
That's
please
some
tell
things
me
to
that we
say.
have that from the office. Do we have Al talking to his retarded fan?
I hope so.
How does that feel when you're in show business all these years and your number one fan is 3'8" and 3 foot of that is head? Number one fan, are you really? Thanks.
With a 44-inch waist.
Oh, beat it. A wading pool is not a hat. Panzerfaust.
Anyway, male birth control pills.
Yeah, that
Speaking
would
of
not
when it's
work.
needed,
Stop.
how that tied in.
Yeah, really. Someone that should have taken it.
I can't remember to take my vitamins every morning.
Yeah.
I'm going to start taking male birth control pills.
Well, they're working on it.
Toilet terror. This is the one. Can you catch an STD from a toilet seat?
No, there's nothing you can get from a toilet seat. Honestly, honey. Now, think of the construction of a toilet seat, okay?
Yeah.
Now, the bacteria or the virus, if we're talking about gonorrhea, if we're talking about herpes, which is a virus, if we're talking about chlamydia, if we're talking about venereal warts, which is a virus, has to gain access to your body. Can't do it through intact skin, and particularly intact skin on your tush, which is pretty tough stuff. So it has to have a break or a sore or a pimple or something like that on your tush. So your roommate who may have something has to have that herpes blister, let's say, on her tush. Well, that's very unusual. Most times it's on your genitals, not on your tush. So it doesn't get on the seat. Even if it did get on the seat, when was the last time your genitals touched the seat of a toilet? Like you'd have to put 1 foot in the bowl and 1 foot on the floor. I don't think you're going to do that. So, no, you don't get stuff from toilets. It's what you do in a toilet that can get you into trouble, like who you take into the washroom with you. That'll get you into trouble.
What an idiot.
Washroom?
You move sideways to get toilet paper or something. Your genitals are bouncing all over the place.
Just scraping on that seat.
Scraping on the seat, dipping in the water.
Just ask Ben. He's got to be careful what's on the floor.
You ever lean forward and get a nice cold treat?
Nice. Little geyser.
Oh, God.
Splashback.
Let's go to George in Colorado. George?
Hey, guys.
What's up, George?
Hey, last week when Al Roker went on that hot air balloon,
Yeah.
he was out here in Colorado, and on the news here in Colorado, he was on with the weather guy beforehand, and as the guy's giving the weather forecast, Al Roker's in the background singing John Denver songs.
Great. Too bad that whole thing didn't end like John Denver did, plummeting to earth.
It would have been nice if it would have, because he can't carry a tune. It was disgusting.
All right.
Yeah, but what was the other guy doing?
Shut up, Jimmy.
Laughing.
Well, was he...
Jimmy!
Now, wait,
no! Thank you, George.
Was Al giving the weather, George?
Goodbye, Jimmy.
George. Just wanted to tend to live off the fat of the land, George.
What is this? Eric handed me a note. Al Roker bit. She just looked retarded. She isn't, though.
Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't retarded.
That's no
She
fun.
just looked it.
What?
The lady just looked it, but she wasn't retarded. She spoke normally.
What fun is that?
Impossible.
Totally impossible.
Really.
That's what they just
That was one of the most retarded people I've ever gazed upon.
I know.
Let's get Danny in here.
You know how you know? Because when you see someone, all of a sudden you realize that your hand is balled into a fist, and you're like, wow.
You want to drive it into their head.
You just took a look at the tape?
Yeah, with Steve. It was when he was looking at people in the crowd, right?
Yeah, just now.
And then there was a sign, number 1. Looked absolutely
It was a girl?
retarded.
A girl, right?
We don't know.
Look,
Long
I
hair?
couldn't tell.
No, short hair.
No, dude.
Dude, she was.
Did you
she
ever
was
see
3'8"
someone with Down syndrome?
Absolutely.
It was someone with Down syndrome.
There was a girl that looked a little retarded, but...
No, this is glasses. I'm talking
Take me back and show me what you
retarded.
mean. Take me back right now and show me what you mean. I'll be right back.
You didn't mistake it for somebody that came running up behind a live news shot this morning, did you? They looked a little off.
Yeah.
How do you not know?
Yeah, get him on the phone.
Jimmy's got to go back there and look now. How do you not know? No, it wasn't retarded. No, that...
All right, we got Eric going back to the back office.
Yeah.
Eric?
Rewinding the tape. Taking a look.
What? Oh, wait, Jim's back already? What?
Yeah. No wonder Danny doesn't recognize retarded people. He sits in that booth all the time. They're used to each other. Yeah, she's a retard.
It was the same person?
Yeah, Steve in his perfect diction confirmed it. She's retarded. I'm getting the audio.
Like, is that it? Steve he puts his hands up. He just looks at me and goes,
Uh-oh. Don't blame Steve, because now here he comes.
Uh-oh.
He'll hit you.
He was totally blaming you.
Yeah, he was.
He's saying that he said, is she retarded? And he goes, Steve just threw his arms up and went, no, you went, and he went, So apparently you walk around here going,
yeah,
all
that's,
day.
That's exactly how I act. No, he showed me video of a Sorry. It's been so long since you've done that, I walked right through it. Yeah, he showed me a video of a non-retarded woman speaking to Al Roker.
Oh, my God, Danny.
And he said, oh, look at that retard. I'm like, that's not a retard.
Yeah, but...
It had just happened, so I said, apparently Al Roker is talking to some retarded girl. So we backed up to the very last point of Al Roker interviewing people, and We watched that segment. Didn't look like there was any
Al
retarded people
Roker
there.
had a brief exchange with a retarded man named Herb. And
Herb.
Here's the
I
audio.
saw a woman that looked a little retarded.
Hold on. Just because Green Goblin Face couldn't find it.
Jesus. Wow. Oh. All right, let's listen in here.
My name's Herb. Hi, Herb. How you doing? Where you guys from?
Washington State.
Washington State. All right, Herb. Thanks for coming down. Good to see you.
Yeah,
that's it, huh?
Understandable how you can mistake that for a perfectly normal banker or insurance salesman.
It was a quite retarded-looking person.
Herb. My name is Herb. Herb. Let me hear Herb again.
My name's Herb. Hi, Herb. How you doing? Where you guys from?
Washington State.
Washington State. All right, Herb. Thanks for coming down.
All
Good
right,
to see
let's
you.
move. Oh, Al didn't even want to stay there for any length of time.
Herb, Al panicked. He
thought
he could handle it and then realized, oh, fuck.
That's the first time I've ever seen being nervous combined with Down syndrome.
Herb.
Hey, Chef of the Future.
That's great.
Oh, they came right on the thing. Not retarded.
Yeah, it was obviously it was the wrong.
Wasn't retarded.
The wrong
Sounded
clip.
totally normal.
Yeah.
Herb.
Very retarded.
Herb.
Have we played Time of My Life in a while?
Oh, I love that one. A lot of new listeners. It's one of my favorites.
We could go to break with it.
Yeah.
This happens a lot. They take these mentally challenged groups to amusement parks, and I believe this one was Great Adventure, Six Flags down there in New Jersey, and they have these places you could go into to make a music video or a recording, and you go into a booth, and it's like karaoke, and they record it, and when you're done, you get I guess a record, or now they probably give you a CD, but they send two of these handicapped people, a guy and a girl, in there to sing the song made famous from the movie Dirty Dancing. It's wonderful.
Haunting.
I had the time of my life. Now I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you.
'Cause I've had the time of my life. I always thought of you.
Okay, terrific.
I've been waiting for so long. Now I finally found this one to stay by me.
Yeah, we're riding on the wall, and you felt the magic of fantasy.
No one puts baby in a padded corner.
Now we dancing in our eyes. There's a way we could decide secretly.
I'm scared of you.
Now we take each other's hand, 'cause we really understand.
I'm scared.
But just remember,
You're the one.
Shut up!
So I tell you something.
This could be love because
I've had the time of my life.
that I never felt this way before.
Did your parents have any children that lived?
Sir, yes, sir.
How about they were drift out? Now lean forward and choke yourself. Oh, my God! Let me see your war face.
So just let it go. Be afraid to lose control.
Oh, you little maggot! You make me want to vomit.
You're noise or you're mine. You stay with me tonight.
You're so ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
Oh, one thing.
I can't get enough of.
Well, any fucking time, sweetheart.
I'll tell you something. This can't be love because I had the time of my life. No, I never felt this way before.
You had best unfuck yourself or I will undo your head and shit down your neck.
Now
torture.
Well, no shit.
You're a filthy whore.
Because you are a disgusting fat body, Private Pyle.
Okay, terrific.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
It's not a tumor.
Had the time of my life, and I never felt this way before.
What is your major malfunction, numbnut?
The time of my life, I never felt this way before.
You had best swear your ass away and start sending me Tiffany cufflinks, or I will definitely fuck you up. Hell, all right. You can come over to my house and fuck my sister. Do you suck dick?
State of the Union. Gas prices going up again. The Opie and Anthony Show on XM. Poof goes the weasel. Ramon, give me your sleeve.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double time.
What are we watching?
It's a video clip of Colin Quinn on some news show. He's doing an interview, and then toward the end, because he's bombing, he kind of grabs this chick and starts kissing her. And I think she's probably none too happy about it.
And this is up on whackbag.com?
Yeah.
Kind of watching the interview.
Don't click the first link, because apparently that doesn't get to the meat and potatoes of it. But now they have a link about 3 or 4 posts down. That's the one where he kisses her.
Is this from some local TV show, obviously? You
I
know
guess
what,
so.
You know what city?
No. Does it say it in the corner?
No.
No. And then because he's bombing. He's totally bombing, and then he grabs her. This is recent, though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because it says Friday, May 14th, Saturday, May 15th. All right, here he goes.
So like, there he goes. Kind of grabs her, starts kissing her. He won't let go. He's raping her. Jesus Christ, Colin. He's got her on the floor. Holy shit.
Do you know anything about that yet?
I had lunch with Colin yesterday. I didn't.
What the hell's wrong with him?
Well, this video's making the rounds, and she's supposed to be this serious newswoman, and next thing you know, at the end of the interview, he pretty much jumps out of his seat and starts kissing her and knocks her down to the floor.
Yeah. Guy's lost his mind.
That clip's going to have some play in the coming days. You watch.
I just saw Colin yesterday. No, he was in Cleveland. I think it was last week.
All right, I guess that's Cleveland TV then.
It might have been just a couple days ago.
Well, there you have it. All right, we're going back to the Sue Johansson stuff.
Let's not poke fun though. Let's actually try to learn something.
All right.
Well, we got a couple of really interesting clips coming up here.
We'll start with the Vibrators 101 for couples.
Bringing a vibrator with you into the bedroom.
Take the vibrator, turn it on. This one's just
Good
a rockin'.
advice.
My little whirling dervish. It's okay. This is why we have so much fun on this show. And I'll turn it off now. And you just when it's turned on, you just rub.
What kind of 1800s lingo is she slinging?
It's probably you put it in. It's probably got a head that rotates or something awful.
Something horrible.
Wraps the skin around it.
Do people still use the word whirling?
Whirling dervish. It's some type of a infernal machine. This wacky contraption.
We'll turn it off now. And you just when it's turned on, you just rub that up the shaft of his penis, around the top of his penis, down the other side, around each testicle, around his perineum.
No.
Perineum?
Keep the vibrator away from the testicles.
Keep your whirling dervish away from me, you irrelevant old bag.
And away from my peridium.
What is that?
I think it's the taint.
That must be the taint, yeah.
Oh, I thought that's what happened when you had 2 diem. Whirling dervish. Do I sense a whack bag name?
Whoa, whirling dervish. Checking in.
Side, around each testicle, around his perineum, and around up to his rectum. And you just kind of tease your way around there. He is going to think he has died.
Was that the husband in the background going, no! I got to back
Somebody
up.
said something.
Yeah, because it's a phone call she takes on the show, obviously. And when she starts talking about the anus, you hear someone in the background go,
perineum, and around up to his rectum. And you just kind of tease your way around there. He is going to think he has died and gone to heaven. Honestly, guys, once they get used to them,
How about
they
using your
really
tongue?
love vibrators. Now,
That's to me what you need to do. What she said was great advice. Lick the side, the head, the other side, down past the peridium. I guess that's taint.
Yeah.
You hold your nose past the oniony part, then get right back to the anus. Do that with your tongue, not with your whirling dervish, you skeevish whores.
Oh.
Of vibrators. Now, this is an ugly one. It's what you call a big mother. It can do major damage with, I think, like a baseball bat, but never mind. It works, and it's a great demonstrator. But, yeah, you can stimulate a man very, very easily. Now then, you can also show him how to stimulate you. So you show him what's pleasurable for you, what's enjoyable for you, and then give him the vibrator and say, hi, big guy, how would you like to do it? Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Big guy.
Okay. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Sexy talk. All right, big guy.
Hey, big guy. Hey there, big fella.
Hey, Ace.
Let's go to Eddie in Kansas. Eddie?
Yeah, what's happening?
What do you got for the program?
Hey, I was just going to let Jimmy know peridiums
Yes.
is an Indian chick with large tits.
Huh?
Get it? Peridiums.
Oh, my God, never.
Oh, wow.
Never explain your joke.
Wow.
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 Punching out, fellas.
All
Let
right.
me out here.
Punching out? How about moseying on away?
You're done.
A whole retaining wall fell with that one.
Yeah,
oh, my God.
Limping off.
Horrid.
I think he's all heated right now.
Yeah.
It's all like red.
uncomfortable.
He's trying to listen to it. That wasn't that bad.
Sitting there staring at the phone, not believing he just did that.
Peridium. Indian chick, big
Peridium.
tits.
I'm trying to get it.
I got it.
Because every joke you get, it doesn't mean it's funny.
D's would
Pair
be
of
big.
Ds,
Yeah,
right,
so it's
sure.
a pair of D's, and if you're an Indian, you go, peridium. Adding the at the end.
all right.
You know.
Okay.
Like, ugh.
That's not a stretch.
These here are goodum.
Peridiums.
Peridium.
Brother Joe.
Joker bombum.
We're on our way in this morning, but I just had an interesting observation of
Yeah.
Hag. Wouldn't you think that, having probably a good 60 years of cocksucking under her belt, she's going to be really fucking good?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just thought there was a different, different way of thinking.
Like we didn't hit on that 80 times. That she stinks.
I don't know.
She's awful.
She's got to be really fucking good. She's got to,
No, they don't. None of these ones, like even Dr. Ruth, any of these old bags that try to preach the sex, it's a gimmick They have no real sexual experience. They probably were banged. They stopped having sex years ago, and they think they could give advice, but they're just popular because they're old and it's a novelty.
Their idea of being saucy is stuff that would have been considered like really saucy back in 1965 or 67. It's not saucy anymore.
Wearing stuff out of those black and white catalogs, the torpedo tit bras, and the big ugly crotchless panties.
You want to be sexy?
Open enough to talk about stuff like that. I bet she sucks a mean cock.
Ugh. Pop the teeth out.
If you want to be sexy, put on your one piece and bathing cap.
Bring your parasol. I'll shove it up your ass.
You guys make fun of her, but I don't know, man. I bet she's probably pretty fucking good.
Well, you fuck her then.
Yeah, exactly. Tell us how it is.
Yeah, you grab her Einstein hair and force her head down. That awful do she has.
Let us know.
All right.
We're on our way, and we'll see you in a little while.
All right, good.
Hi, Joe.
We got the audio of Colin Quinn bombing on this local TV show. It looks like Cleveland. The video's up on whackbag.com. It's getting a little play today. And we got the audio of this clip.
Those are the worst, by the way. You go on the road, and they just put you on these local news shows.
Turn around for Jimmy really fast. He's about to attack the reporter. They got a graphic up. It's Colin Quinn's plug for him being at the Improv. Look what he does. He reaches over, grabs her around the neck, starts kissing her on the side.
Oh, he knocks her out of the chair.
And then he puts her on the floor.
She's completely on the floor. The chair falls backwards. Now she's popping her head up, saying, "We'll be back" or something.
I don't think any news reporter would be happy that happened.
No, not at all. Unless it was Al Roker and it was a retard named Herb.
Herb. I'm a Herb. All right, we're moving on. Away from this.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Al really did kind of dismiss him.
Certainly did.
From Washington. Are you really stupid? Right. It's raining there. Go kill yourself in Seattle. All right, who are you with the big tits?
All right.
Poor little Herb.
My name's Herb. Hi, Herb. How you doing? Where are you guys from?
Washington State.
Washington State. All right, Herb. Thanks for coming down. Good to see you.
All right, Herb.
You know, I think Herb just repeated what he heard.
Oh.
All right, here we go. Here's Colin Quinn.
Chance of showers out of Herb's mouth.
Wow.
How long are you going to be doing this stand-up thing for? You plan to do it for a long time, hitting a lot of cities?
Yeah, I always do it in between whatever I'm doing. It's my favorite thing to do.
Really?
It shows that that's not a healthy thing, but it's the truth.
It's a lot of work, though.
Yeah, but it's fun, you know. You going to clubs, everyone's live. It's just fun, you know.
And everybody loves you.
Everybody loves you, except a few drunken idiots. Sometimes you be on stage and some idiots will be like singing "Happy Birthday" to somebody in the middle of the show. You're like, are you stupid? You don't sing like they think they're watching TV. They're singing "Happy Birthday" in the middle of the show.
I bet you do well with the hecklers, though. We've got a graphic that says when you're going to be on. So. Friday and Saturday, we're 8 o'clock and 10:15.
Yes.
All right, and there's the number for tickets: 696-4677. We'd like to.
Alicia, I'd like to. I forgot to tell you. Oh, we're not on camera anymore, huh? Oh, Alicia.
Wow.
That clip's going to get some play today.
What the hell is wrong with Colin?
That clip's going to get some play.
You can't just do that to women.
You certainly can. Good boy, Carl. And he wasn't bombing. It was one person. It was just him and her talking.
I know. That's what sucks.
People said he was bombing. He wasn't bombing.
It's one person. You're not getting... Although usually if you're doing very well, you could hear the crew laughing, you know? The crew was screaming at... watching their girl get assaulted here.
They were laughing?
Yeah, you kind of heard the crew in the background kind of like,
chair goes flying. She's on the floor, completely on the floor.
She starts asking for help.
She's like, Mike? Who's Mike?
Yeah, Mike. Help.
Probably the camera guy.
Oh.
All right.
Abused by a pasty Irishman.
Good for Carl. That's what you do, Carl. Take what's yours, my friend.
On the road. Take what's yours. A madman.
All right, I just want to do two more with this Sue Johansson.
Mm-hmm. We got to mention, by the way, before we go, in some conservative book, someone sent me a link or something last night. They mentioned Tough Crowd and Colin and myself and DePaulo, but I heard they just called me an anti-liberal shock comic.
What?
Accurate, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. I'm just trashing. I'm AIDS. Bush is good. You know, really, no substance. Stink.
All right, here's Sue, the grandma, talking about does size matter?
And the other thing that's important for you to know is that the top 2/3 of the vagina really has no nerve endings.
Right.
You know, when you're wearing a tampon, can you feel it?
Oh.
No, because there's nobody home up there. So, having a big penis banging around in there really isn't much benefit. The only thing is that there's that feeling of fullness, of containment.
Right.
You're aware that something is there, but it's not that it's highly exciting.
That's nice. Your box feels like a loaded oil drum. There's no feeling in the top 2/3, which is why women make good heroin mules.
That's wonderful. Yeah, so you don't need the big schlong. Oh, God, no.
Begun 100 years ago, back in Steamboat Springs Ranch and Western Clothing, we salute them. They got there in a covered wagon, I believe, didn't they? Or a stagecoach. Took a stagecoach from Boulder, and here they are in business. God bless them. Happy birthday from Smuckers. I think FM Light was from Ohio originally, too, somewhere in Ohio.
Smuckers,
when he started out.
Happy birthday.
Behind the jam jar, Dorothy Myers, Santa Barbara, California. Came to the U.S. from Poland in 1913, has played poker in Las Vegas since 1948. And is she getting tired? A positive attitude and a sincere attitude, that's her secret.
Inside of her uterus looks like what's in this jelly jar.
Attributes longevity to being a vegetarian for the first 18 years. Hallelujah. And then she saw a hamburger and said, I think I'm in love. A positive attitude, loving people. Nice. She is 100.
Big white bush.
There you go. Save the bones for Henry.
James
Owens, Palm Harbor, Florida, plays pool 4 times a week and is known as a pool shark in his retirement community. Makes the best chicken soup in the business.
That's
100 years old. Handsome man with a hat. Ethel Gibbs of Virginia Beach, Virginia. Still takes care of her home and garden. Enjoys entertaining friends with bridge and mahjong. Great back of the 20s, mahjong. Edna Schomeyer of Mertztown, Pennsylvania. And she's 100. Hobbies are baking, sewing, and attributes her longevity.
To get this tattoo off her arm.
A teaspoon of vinegar and a teaspoon of honey and a glass of water every day. That's your secret, isn't it? You're beautiful. You're only 50. Gorgeous girl. Dorothy Fitch, Elmhurst, Illinois, is 102.
Wow.
And swam daily until a few years ago.
What happened a few years ago?
She got out of the tub in the Overlook Hotel.
We wish you more happy birthday. Now back to Big Al.
It's Willard Scott doing his happy birthday.
Yeah, Willard is.
Is that Willard Scott?
Yeah,
Smucker Jelly happy birthdays.
He's starting to sound like everything's loosening up in his mouth too.
Hey.
We were just talking about that the other day.
She swam her up till a couple of years ago. Oh, what happened? She's 102 years old. You know there was something happened there.
You know, some of those people were like just CEOs of their companies, and now they're the pool shark at the retirement home.
The old guy was probably a P-51 pilot, and the big one dropping Nazis out of the sky.
The only reason you're a shark now is because everyone else is trying to sink the 8-ball with a colostomy bag thing. Whatever that was called, the tube.
I'm with you, though, bro. That was good.
They don't have to powder their stick. Their dry skin just flakes off on it.
My prostate in the corner pocket. Face first in the velvet.
Horrible.
Oh, boy.
Time is a bitch.
But there's a lot of people living to be 100. It's amazing how many people. It's like the life expectancy is. It's kind of encouraging to see that.
That group that they showed, obviously it's radio, you didn't see it, but we were here watching. They put their little pictures up on the jelly jars. That group wasn't that bad.
No.
Because some of them they show, and it's like, ooh, what is this? Post-mortem? What picture is that? They're just really old and haggard.
They're being introduced by Dr. Michael Baden.
That creep.
I love him. And the maggots kind of really Mike.
We pulled the French fry out of our stomach and we saw serration marks. You creep.
I love that guy.
Ghoul. The fucking ghoul.
If it's in a log, he knows where you got it. He matches up like log samples with receipts from the purse. That guy's a classic. What a private detective he'd make.
Log samples.
Has your shit into a sieve.
Carrots. We traced down to the produce department of Walbaum's. Oh, what a ghoul, though. Just talks about dead people and hacking them up like it's nothing.
And that woman who narrated that HBO series, the about the bodies, whatever, America Undercover, whatever it was, she does a lot of narration. She's phenomenal, man. What a morbid, awful voice.
You ever see that body farm that they have?
Yes.
They take dead people and kind of give their bodies away. and they lay them out in fields.
In
They
fields.
put them in trunks
Yep.
of cars.
Yep.
They keep them in the weather. Sometimes they bury them a little bit. And this is also they can see how the dead body, reacts to certain conditions
Elements
that
and-
it's left in, and that way they can help solve crimes and know how long a body's been in one place, depending on how many bugs are on it.
There's a great description of that in the book Stiff.
Really?
There's a book out there called Stiff. It's all
Stiff?
about what happens to your body when you die, and
Right.
how, like, when you dedicate your body to, or give your body to science, some of the things they use it for.
Yeah, that's one of them. Just pop. We're gonna pop you in a trunk.
Human the human test dummies.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah, all sorts of stuff that you had no idea what was
Really?
going on after you
strap
died.
them into cars or stuff?
Oh yeah,
and
they
crash them?
practice.
Never heard of that one.
They practice facelifts on old.
That's got to be creepy.
Old heads.
Some of them may even prop up in a studio on 46th Street and give them their own radio show. Fucking dumb dog company. Why is stock plummeting? I don't know. Martha Stewart, $7 million a year. Shitheads.
John from Arizona.
Hey, yeah, that's something for the show.
All right.
Hey, you guys are knocking the old women. Hey, I tell you, that's pretty much all I sleep with is old bags.
Well, how old are you?
33.
And how old are they?
The last one I banged last week was 62.
You should be executed.
Why?
Because it's gross.
I'm telling you, it's not bad. It's not like you think.
How could it not be like I think? She's 62.
Experience. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, they're good. The pussies are still work intact.
Yeah, you got to think the old broad tries a little harder for you because she's not getting it a lot.
Pregnant.
Where are you picking up these ladies?
You ever push her legs back and like have her spine pop out of her neck?
What's that?
Where are you picking up these broads?
There's these couple of old clubs in town here, and to be honest, I picked them up at the bingo hall once or twice too.
He's kidding.
Are you kidding, bro?
I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious.
Stop it.
I'm serious.
What's the oldest?
I would say, well, probably this last week here was 62. I'd say that'd have to be it.
Is it a turn on for you?
Yeah, in a way, yeah. I mean, like I said, you can bust all up in them, skeet up in there. You ain't got to worry about nothing happening. I mean,
God.
You can skeet up in there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in Arizona, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it must just be
and I'm
like
not the only
tooled
one.
leather, the skin.
They're extra
They're
dry.
in Arizona. all
Speaking of dry.
Oh, dude, you're old.
Hey, all right, guys, later.
Bye.
Oh.
Try, 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 vagina. Try, 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 vagina. So before my penis starts to get sore, don't pick up some Vaggie Lube at your local drugstore. Said go get some Vaggie Lube at your local drugstore. Oh, you stink, baby.
Brother Joe.
Dry
A
vagina.
classic.
That's what that guy's dealing with.
That's disgusting. Bill Burr in studio today as well,
Bill.
Anthony.
Hi, Angel.
How you been?
What's going on?
Well, we're
Headphones are flying all over. It's tangled in his chair.
we're playing clips from this Sue Johansson, Bill.
You ever hear of her? Some Canuck old woman, grandma.
No.
She does a sex advice show, pretty graphic, on the Oxygen Network. You watch much Oxygen?
No.
That's
No.
if Lifetime isn't gay enough for you, then you go to Oxygen, the Oxygen Network. I don't even think I've passed it by on my cable. Have you ever stopped on the Oxygen Network?
I just look at that. Just,
Wow,
just-
imagine a commercial. Coinky-dink.
Is it one of those channels that it's like half the time it's on and then the other half it's like
It's
ESPN
something else?
3 or something?
Wow, that would
I
be
get really confused
some mix.
sometimes with my cable system. I don't know. I really don't know where the Oxygen
I don't even know
channel is.
where it is. Yeah.
But
what
She's
it
like
is.
what, some Canadian Dr. Ruth kind of thing?
Yeah, but
She's a
she's
grandma.
like, she realized she
Yeah.
had to take it to the extreme. So where Dr. Ruth would normally go, I don't talk about things like that, like really doesn't get that graphic. This granny just doesn't
She
care.
picks up.
Stick it up the ass. She's like really graphic. Picks up
Nice.
the slack.
Yeah, we're in the middle. We should start from the beginning so Bill is with us here. She's talking about if size matters, Bill.
Yeah.
Oh.
A question a lot of ladies want to know.
And the other thing that's important for you to know is that the top 2/3 of the vagina really has no nerve endings.
Right.
You know, when you're wearing a tampon, can you feel it?
No.
No, because there's nobody home up there. So, having a big penis banging around in there really isn't much benefit. The only thing is that there's that feeling of fullness, of containment.
Right.
You're aware that something is there, but
Fullness. Containment.
You're aware that something's there.
Yeah.
I sense that there's a large member.
There's a disturbance in the vagina. I sense a disturbance. I sense a fullness.
But isn't that part of what's good about having size?
I'm thinking, I'm thinking for the lady, it's a huge turn on knowing you're getting railed by a huge one, too.
Yeah. Yeah, and when you pull out that huge hog and she sees it, that's part of it. You don't want this little stub.
Yeah.
I think it definitely matters to them, because anytime anybody of any sort of size, they see it, they lose their minds.
Yeah.
Anytime they go to those, what are those Chippendale clubs that I've heard about?
Right. See? The girls go there. They don't want to see little things.
Exactly. There's no average guy coming out
howdy.
there. Yeah, no, everybody comes out there is packing.
That's it. They
So
want
it
to see a
definitely
guy
matters.
dressed as a cowboy come out and rip his pants off and go, "Hello, I'm Ben Sparks." Shake their hand, whip his cock.
Ben's cock probably only gets half hard all the time. He just reminds me of one of those guys. His cock will probably he'll just hold it to keep it from dangling, but it's just so big you don't
If the
even
body
notice.
has decided any more blood and he'd pass out.
Yeah,
You just
Ben
get a limited
Sparks
supply.
is packing?
Oh, it's awful.
Well, what a fucking dilemma for a woman, huh?
It's been an ongoing thing. Jimmy and I think he's packing.
We don't know
But we're
what's
not
going on.
Yeah.
It's just a massive lump down between his legs.
We're not sure if he just has one of those big balls
Huge
or something.
balls, or if he's got a huge
Had a hernia?
mule.
Maybe he had a hernia.
Hernia.
But you have to look at it. It makes him so uncomfortable. He just covers it with his little hands.
Oh, he's all
Hides it.
ashamed. When he comes in here, we all stare at it, and he gets all ashamed and puts his bottle of whatever he's drinking in front of it or newspaper. Very shamed.
Yeah.
By his
Yeah,
huge
no,
hog.
see right there, I would think that maybe that's a big ball.
Yeah, you think
Because-
it's nuts?
Yeah, no, because I would think that there's a confidence, a swagger
Yeah.
that comes with packing. I don't think
That he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Not if it caused you trouble, though. Not if a gym teacher would poke it and go, "Did you steal something?" And kind of feel it and touch it. My friend Marvin had a security guard because Marvin had a big cock. We were stealing Star Wars figures, and the guy searched us. But Marvin, I guess, had a huge bulge, and the guy asked me to leave the room. I remember he asked Marvin. He goes, "Pull your thing aside, like your shorts aside." We were really young. They wanted to make sure that he didn't have any Star Wars figures in there.
Yeah. Nice.
Old
kind of an
Boba
odd-
Fett cock.
I was going to say, that's kind of an odd-shaped cock.
And then he had me leave the room. The security guy had me leave the room.
Yeah.
So there's something creepy going on there.
Did you peek in?
No, I didn't. I didn't think twice until many years later. That I'm like, wow, that was kind of. I didn't.
Good.
At the time.
Security guard sucking on Jabba the Hutt's head.
Little carbon freeze all over his face.
All right, let's go back to the clip here, boys.
is there, but it's not that it's highly exciting. Now, there are penis augmentation toys, and I don't have any of them here, but they're like a sleeve that slides over the penis,
Oh, I see.
and that makes the penis feel bigger in your vagina.
Oh, okay.
The problem is, for him, it covers his penis completely, so he doesn't get any sensations of thrusting.
How awful is your life when you have to put what is like a toilet paper roll over your cock
Right.
to make your woman feel good? That's got to be
I know
really
it's small,
awful.
but I can augment it.
Augment it for you.
With
I'll
this
augment
device.
this one, baby. You're going to love my augmentation.
You got to break that out of the drawer and
Yeah, there was
put
one
it on in front of her.
There was one that I saw once in, I think it was the back of Swank magazine.
Yeah.
And it's like a piece of a dildo. Looks like about 3 or 4 inches of dick, and then the rest of it is like a thick-skinned condom that rolls down over your dick. So you'd put this tip on your tip, and then roll the rest down over your dick, and now you have this what amounts to a dildo that's filled with half of your dick.
Wow. How small
Now
are you
that-
where you have a dick and you still need a
You
strap-on?
still need a strap-on. That's pretty much it. It's a strap-on that goes over your dick.
Wouldn't she just be laughing at you?
Oh, of course.
You look just silly.
Silly with that thing.
That's got to be a mood kill. You're fucking it really well. It's like, oh, quick, augment it.
Augment your cock.
Yeah, why wouldn't you just get a dildo and just use it with your
Absolutely.
hand? You still...
Yeah.
maintain some of your manhood. You know what I mean? Rub it out with your
left there.
2 little fingers. Give yourself a little one.
She's laying back with pleasure finally, and you're just staring at her, wondering what her throat would look like open as you shove it in and out of her.
In and out, in and out.
Hit her for needing that.
Oh. So he'd use that after he's ejaculated or something like that.
Oh, all right.
What about using a vibrator?
Never tried it.
Well, now, think about this. Is your partner fairly open-minded and fairly liberated?
Somewhat.
Okay. What if you had intercourse, okay, he ejaculated, and then you got out your handy-dandy little vibrator, and he would use the vibrator on you for vaginal stimulation?
Yeah, that just says you can't satisfy me.
Yeah.
You know, you finish up and then...
yeah, that's going to happen.
Finish up with the disgusting thing you do and then make sure you take care of me.
At that point, we're reaching for the remote and then turning on ESPN. Yeah, no, really. We're going to help you out now. That's what I do now.
How would your woman feel after you had sex if she had an orgasm, if you're just sit back and then you, like, hollowed something out and fucked it right in front of her? That would bother a woman, I think.
I'm going to bring in a blow-up doll now and just start humping it on the bed here next to you.
We put this cheese in the microwave for 40 seconds and then hump it while looking at a picture of anyone. You.
Try that.
You could try that. How about there's a new toy out. It's not exactly new. It's called a strap-on. And the one that...
What the hell? What? Did she say new toy?
Yeah.
For her.
And then debunked it a little bit, saying, well, not that new.
Yeah, but I realize how she gets away with it is like she's just so old that even there's nothing arousing or even interesting about it. Like,
no.
And you take out your handy-dandy little...
Handy-dandy. Oh.
She sounds like she's talking about antiques, trying to figure out, like, how much they're worth.
Yeah. This is great. This is a handy-dandy. This is new. It's an old friend of mine, Eli Whitney. It's called the Cotton Gin. Break it out and use it. Brand new item.
You show up at that traveling road show where they kind of tell you how much your shit is worth. Yeah. She lifts her dress up, it's strapped on. It's made of wood.
Signed by Teddy Roosevelt.
That I saw that impressed me is like this, but it has a strap that goes around your thigh, and the strap has got a hole in it. So this is on his thigh, and then you straddle it and ride up and down on it.
Oh, great.
I see.
Have you got the picture? Go to a sex store and ask about strap-on.
What? More silliness. That just makes everyone laugh and uncomfortable.
This woman's
You're strapping
to your thigh.
She's riding your leg?
She's riding your
now
thigh.
On your thigh. As she looks
trying
at
to
your
get away.
useless cock.
Yeah, as far as possible from your tiny, insignificant cock.
Could you strap it on your ankle? Just get me as far away from that useless little nothing noodle.
I don't want to look at that little fleshy pigtail, which did nothing for me. So can I just face away from you while fucking your foot?
Can I strap this on one of your friends and not use it and use his cock?
How about
while you're on vacation?
You just leave.
Why don't? This is for people who don't have the fucking nerve to break up with their boyfriend.
Right.
Dump the guy already.
How about some bubble wrap to shove in that big box of hers? Maybe she's the problem.
There you go.
A strap-on for your thigh, though.
Yeah, that's
My
pretty
God,
embarrassing.
man.
Now you're just taking his cock right out of the equation. That's it. Useless.
Another bigger cock right next to his, just a reminder.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
If you didn't think it was small enough, let's just put a real man's cock right next to it, and you could stare at that.
And if that doesn't work, hire Michael Madsen to come over and tie him up, and then just fuck him in front of him.
Chain him to the toilet.
Good. Said him 4 times in that joke.
Starker Patty. Oi, Starker Patty.
Yes, hi. I think I'm getting an education from this lady. In fact, I think I would like to have a television show when I'm 75 and give advice.
What kind of advice could you give? You're a virgin.
Whatever I learn in the next 25 years, because she's talking about things I never heard of.
Patty, you won't learn anything because you won't ever do anything. You're never going to have
know.
sex. You're
Oh,
50
don't say
years.
never.
You're 50 years old and you've never had a man.
I might surprise you one of these days.
When?
Oh, one of these days, I don't know.
Have you
but,
been
I
have you
have
been
a lot
dating?
catching up to do.
Have you been dating at all?
No, not yet, but I will. In fact, I have this idea that I would like to put my picture on the internet and write a brief bio and just put myself out there.
Those relationships always work well.
Very funny, but you never know.
All right, listen, what have you learned from this old broad? You said you learned a few things.
Well,
And heard about things you never heard of before.
Oh, God, what was she saying a few minutes ago? Talking about, like, the sex toys and things like that. Well,
Yeah.
what is this enlarger? I don't know what she was referring to there.
You learned nothing.
You learned nothing, Patty.
Trust me, your snatch doesn't need an enlarger.
Yeah.
A credit card will do the job.
Very funny.
You're 50 and you're a virgin. How does that even happen?
I don't know. I might not be one at 51. I might have a lot of catching up to do.
Why, you have prospects out there?
Not yet, but if I
Not
put
yet.
my picture on
Yeah,
the
50
internet,
years.
Yeah, you
hasn't
put
been
your
long.
picture on the internet. You're going to get some play.
That'll work.
Restarea.com.
Yeah. Yeah, what site are you looking to put your picture up on, Patty?
I don't know yet. I have to research it.
Well, you can start by putting the picture up on Monster.com.
Oh, very funny. Isn't that Bob?
I was trying to come up with websites as best I can.
Monster.com.
You know where your head belongs? On Ogrish.
Here we go. Let the bit begin.
One thing that was interesting was the plastic
Askgabe.com. What?
One thing that was interesting was the plastic wrap thing that she mentioned yesterday. But won't you suffocate? Won't you die before you finally get anything?
Well, if you were getting a hot Carl, would you want the plastic?
No, what she talks about wrapping yourself up with plastic.
Yeah, that's if you're getting a hot Carl, you would wrap yourself in plastic. You ever want to get a hot Carl when you start having sex?
What's a hot Carl?
Well, do you like to have a hot lunch, don't you?
Yeah, I like hamburgers and stuff like that.
However it goes through.
That's a hot lunch to me. Pasta, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, does she have a book out? I'll go get it.
She is the worst.
Stalker Patty, you're not going to learn anything from her.
Oh, okay. But I don't know. It just seems interesting. I mean, I grew up listening to Dr. Ruth Westheimer. I had to keep the radio down low, and my foster parents would have...
And look what good that did for you.
room.
You're still a virgin. You didn't learn anything from her either.
Well, no.
Would you ever ride a thigh strap-on?
Well, no. I grew up in a lot of religious pressure and stuff from them, you know, where they would psychologically...
Why don't you go buy a
scare
sex
you.
toy? Start with that.
Yeah, but Patty, do you have a vibrator or anything?
Loosen yourself up down there.
I used to, but it just when I tried to turn it on one day, it wouldn't work, so I threw it out.
Even
I
a
figured it
vibrator
was
said,
broken.
screw this.
The vibrator said no.
Denied by your vibrator.
Hey, Stalker Patty, you want to come in and give sex advice to our listeners?
Oh, that would be a fun bit, wouldn't it?
There you go.
That could be a good segment. People call in with their sex questions for Stalker Patty.
Right.
Yeah, how about I come over this Thursday?
Hold on, we got a trucker that wants to see what you're all about. Freak Show, what's up?
Oh, no.
Hey, I want to bring Stalker Patty to Kentucky, and me and my fresh out of prison bride just treat her the way she should be treated.
Oh, I'm not into threesomes, though. I got to have the guy all to
She's
myself.
not into
Well, you
threesomes.
don't know
You're
what
not into
you're into
anything.
yet.
You're not into onesomes.
You're not into anything. A onesome.
Hey, until you try it the first time, you have no idea what you're into. I even had a nice Rottweiler. Come on.
No. Oh, I don't know. I don't want to go to Kentucky.
No?
That's why she doesn't mind fucking the dog, just as long as it's not in Kentucky.
Right, not Kentucky.
No, I'm not into that bestiality.
Come on down to Kentucky and fuck a dog. Well, I don't know. I hate flying.
Oh, Patty.
You're a mess.
You really have nothing going on as far as that goes.
Oh, you never know.
I mean, you've gotten your life together, but you're still, not sexually active.
Part of my life I have to work on, my love life. Got to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
A little distracted here.
Can I just say what's going on Fox right
Yeah.
now? There's an emergency landing attempt in Fort Lauderdale. It's a little Cessna plane or whatever. and it's live. And what's happening is
Island
they are rooting for it to crash.
Right.
One of the many airports in Fort Lauderdale.
It's flying fine though.
Fort
Yeah, it
Lauderdale
looks fine,
to
doesn't it?
some of the islands. As you look at the gear
one
there,
gear
it
looks
appears
a little up.
that everything is down. And
on the one wing
maybe
looks
through an
little-
abundance
I
of
hope this is a
caution,
perfect
this,
landing.
Pilot is going to burn off all of that extra fuel because it does appear that the landing gear is down. Maybe it is not down
I didn't
all
think
the
it
way,
looks
though.
all the way down.
If it's not down all the way, if it's not completely locked, then certainly that gear could collapse and bring about the kind of problem
Bring
that we
about
told
the
you
great
about earlier.
camera shot that we have all
The
set
rear
up
gear,
for it.
we're told, is not down.
Yeah, it doesn't look
all
down.
the way.
Yeah, you dopey ass.
The plane is from the Bahamas. It's a Beechcraft King Air.
Dude, they'll never show this plane crash.
Oh, no, I don't know about that. They showed it.
They showed a guy get shot the other day on.
So it does sound like
this is
it's,
L.A. They
one
would.
of the commuter airlines.
It's always
that
on delay, I'm
serves
telling
the
you.
Bahamas
Oh,
and
they'll
some
show
of the
because there's
islands
no
of the
specific
Caribbean,
human violence. It's just it's
coming
an
into
event. They'll show
Fort
it.
Lauderdale's executive airport.
Jesus, Jim.
But you don't
That
think
was really good.
Again, the landing gear, the
Very
rear
impressive.
main gear, apparently not.
How long is this
completely
gonna take?
Nose wheels
deployed.
down. They
The
shouldn't have a
pilot
problem
probably
if he's
will try
good.
to cycle the gear. You might see that. I think I've seen that.
They're desperate
where
for a
the
crash.
gear
That's why
sort of
they don't film
comes up
positive
and then
shit.
drops back
Come to Newark
down.
Airport. There's 100
He's
safe
trying to
landings.
cycle the
There you
landing
go.
gear,
You wanna film a
trying
safe
to
landing?
Get whatever is causing it to stick to release. Now, here's one of the dangers here.
I
In
think
a
we know what the
situation
danger.
like this, the pilot can get so distracted trying to deal with his immediate problem that he forgets to fly the airplane.
Oh, and you're hoping
a
for
simple
that.
thing can happen. He might lose airspeed. He might point the nose of the aircraft
This is
too
where they tell you
high
everything
and
that
cause
could
what's
happen.
called a stall. That simply means that the wing doesn't have enough wind
It's gonna be
flowing
fun. This is
over
gonna be
it
like
to
one of those
continue
Robbie
flying
Knievel
it.
stunts.
And,
Yeah.
and the plane can drop out of the sky.
There's
So
all this horseshit danger for 45 minutes, and then he just makes it every time.
Makes it perfectly.
Yeah, you need to watch his dad when he was on that
Right.
Yeah, now that was a guy.
12,000-pound Huffy trying to jump over Greyhound buses.
Damn guy doesn't even pull a muscle.
Yeah.
Nothing happens to
Robbie
him.
Knievel always makes it.
You're so right, man.
Evil sprawled out in front of Caesar's Palace with every bone in his body.
Because he used a real bike. It wasn't all jacked up.
And they didn't do, you have computers estimating speed and this. It was just Evil going, yeah, I'll hit about 80 and fly over this.
I think I can make this one. Get my Harley out of the garage.
Yeah, that's it.
He used the same freaking bike that he just cruised around town
Robbie
with.
stinks.
He does stink. The shock absorber.
Did you see that thing on Evil Knievel? I think it was on. I know it was in the Oxygen Network. I don't know. It was something in the 80s, and they were talking. He had absolutely no science whatsoever. He would just kind of eyeball the ramp and just be like a couple inches over this way.
Yeah, you'd eyeball stuff and figure, if I go that fast, I should make it.
Yeah, he just would just put the throttle down.
Yep. Now it's all calculated and nothing ever goes wrong. It's not thrill-seeking.
If the gear collapses, it could veer any which way. It could cartwheel. Any number of things could happen. That's why burning off the excess fuel is one of the primary.
Did that happen? I had no idea that could happen.
I always thought it was okay when the landing gear didn't come down, but according to this expert,
I figured as long as any part of the plane was touching the ground, yeah, you could land on the wing. You could do whatever you want.
Turn it upside down, land that way.
This is really informative.
King Air, a Beech King Air. It's actually a multi-million-dollar
Now, if you walk
aircraft.
into the propeller while it's on, is that a bad thing? I hope he brings that topic up as we wait for the next 3 hours as this guy dumps fuel.
Yeah, really. It's imminent.
We'll take a peek over there, and we got to go to the phone here.
Hello.
Going in a bunch of different directions.
Hello?
Anthony Fedorov.
Hey, how you doing?
It's Anthony Fedorov from American Idol.
How are you?
Pretty good. Yeah, Anthony, of course, was eliminated last week.
Thanks for reminding me, man.
Well, something tells me you think about it every minute. Now, what do you think went wrong? Why do you think America voted for the other people a little more than for you?
I don't know. You know, it's just it wasn't. I guess it wasn't meant to happen. I'm just. You know, I'm not complaining, though. I'm grateful for every second that I got on that show. It's been an amazing ride for me.
Sounds like an athlete. He's like an athlete speak right now.
Yeah.
Didn't get it done, and
Do you think Simon bashing you for so long might have had an impact on some of the people's voting?
Actually, I don't, because he made me stronger. Like, I really, really love him for it.
Really?
Yeah,
because I don't know. He was bashing you pretty good, and that might have influenced some of the the weaker-minded people around the country that are voting. Might have actually, well, if Simon doesn't like him, then
what's that?
You have other people on the line here?
Hello, I can barely hear you guys.
Is there a carjacking going on in the background?
Is this a party line? I'm hearing other voices there, Anthony.
No, it's just I'm like walking. Actually, I'm walking in Manhattan right now.
Oh, you're in New York City. Where are you?
Yeah, I'm standing right now on West 48th and Americas Avenue.
Why didn't they have you 48th? You're like right down the street. Why don't you just come in?
I wish. We're doing a lot of things right now. I'm going to Tony Danza's show.
Oh, you're doing the Danza show.
Oh, that's cool.
Going to Danza's show.
He's actually a big Opie and Anthony fan.
Yeah,
we've had him on the show. We've had him on the show. He's great.
Yeah, he'll freak out if you mention us.
Yeah, well, I'm going to. I'm definitely going to do that.
Hey, Anthony, a friend of mine was saying like that. What happened was with the voting and stuff. Do you think that the voting was somehow like biased because like one group is going to look at something and then like it's just going to happen like boom?
You know what? I don't even know. I never even thought about it because
of course you did.
I honestly like I gave up on trying to figure it out.
Really?
Because the more you think about it, the harder it is going to be for you. So I'm like, I think when I sang the Celine Dion song, I really felt like that was one of my better performances. I ended up in the bottom two.
Yep.
So when I was standing there, during the commercial break with Constantine, I just told to myself, I'm like, you know what? I give up trying to figure it out.
Really?
Because I had worse performances, and I was safe, and I had a better performance, and I ended up in the bottom two. So I just, that actually gave me a lot of, just took a lot of pressure off my shoulders. So.
Let me ask you, when you first get involved in a process like this, when you first get involved in what could be a long process like this, do you actually, in a weird way, kind of envision a certain thing that you're not too sure of where it was going to come from?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Like when something like
good question.
Yeah, when something like this starts, this process of going through this long competition, do you at one point envision yourself coming to a point where you're like, all right, well, that was what it was, but I'm not,
Oh God, this is. You're talking and you're breaking up. I'm on the cell phone.
No, it's a really good question. One more time, Jimmy, please.
Like you want to start this process of going to American Idol and hopefully winning the whole thing. Now, is there a point when you're in this process when you're kind of looking at the way things are going and you're like, all right, man, it's going well, the voting is up, but then again, next week you're gonna have something happen and you're just not too sure what,
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, I went through some through some days like that. I just I kind of
It's a great question.
It's a very good question. I just give up trying to answer it,
Yeah.
I try to give up trying to figure things out because it's tough.
Dude, there's so many variables because it's not only the talent. It's a matter of was like my friend said, is Simon's criticism going to mean anything, or all these other things going to come into play? Because what do you think about as far as being a contestant? And a lot of people had you picked to win this. What do you think about as far as certain factors and having hindsight now with that?
Well, I think there's definitely a lot of factors play into the way the votes go and the way people vote.
Absolutely.
And it's just. I think the secret to trying to be successful is not to pay attention to any of these factors because they will literally
talk about the factors.
Right. What factors do you feel might have contributed? Like if you're going to drink out of a mule or something, like what factors do you think might have contributed?
I've been pretty down on myself. That was a very big factor because I'm very, very, very critical of what I do. I'm never happy with the things that I'm doing. So the biggest factor I think that really affected me is the fact that I put a lot of pressure on myself.
Are you bummed that Paula didn't pick you?
No. She's a sweetie, and honestly, she's been helping us and supporting us.
In what ways?
Whole season, she in normal, civilized normal ways.
Was that actually distracting at all? Because we had played some of that audio, and a lot of people were saying that might be distracting to the contestants. And then
Not
my
at
friend
all.
is like, I don't think it will be. And I'm like, yeah, but...
Not at all, because you know what? We actually found out about the whole thing like 2 weeks into it because we're doing so many things there, and we just don't have time to focus on it. So, you know, it did not bother us at all.
Yeah.
But, you know, we did try. We do try to support her as much as we can because she's a sweetie, you know. She's been nothing but very good to us.
Any truth to the fact that you're going to be involved with the Rich Voss pilot?
With the what?
The Rich Voss pilot?
What is that?
Rich Voss, he's an actor. He's got this pilot.
We were hearing all kinds of things. You being approached by a lot of people?
I'm being approached by by people, but you know, I haven't.
Like who?
Just people in general. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're talking about the fans, you know, like
Name
people come up
one.
to me all the
Jesus.
time and
Right.
make
He's approaching
makes
you.
it-
You have
makes it
2 weeks
special.
left.
I hear you. Wow. That's very cool. And of course, you'll be involved in the tour
Yeah,
that
that's
goes
gonna be-
around.
That's going to be great.
That's
I
nice
cannot
hooking
wait.
up with the people again.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
You must be meeting a lot of girls, man. That kind of TV exposure. How is the female situation?
It's cool, man. You know, but I'm the type of person I only need one. Like, maybe I sound a little bit dorky, but I only need one.
No, that's very sweet and very sincere. I like that.
You're a better man than me.
Pathetic.
Stop it.
Dude, if I get any TV time, all I want to do is find a bunch of, people and give them Roman war helmets and stuff.
Oh, you're just crazy, Jimmy.
You bitter? Are you bitter at all about being like kind of like voted off and stuff?
I'm just a little bit disappointed in myself because I honestly feel like if I would have had more performances like I had on Tuesday, maybe I still would have been on the show because I'm so much better than I've shown. And that, there's only one person to blame for that, and that's myself because I put a lot of extra stress on myself that I shouldn't have.
Don't be so hard on yourself. I actually had you picked to win. I actually was, I was very disappointed when you were eliminated.
Well, I
from,
appreciate that.
Yeah.
You keep saying how
Big
you're
fan.
hard on yourself. What went wrong? What do you think you did wrong? Like,
You know what? I just honestly think that I got caught up in trying to figure out the magic formula to be successful on this show.
Right, like H plus IV equals, right.
Because like in the beginning of the show, like I had a couple of good performances in the beginning. That's when I started to have fun. Like it was all new and exciting for me. Like when you get...
It's like the Celine Dion songs, right?
What's that?
The Celine Dion song?
What about him?
Which one did you sing?
Yeah.
I did I Surrender.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, I love that song. So, and I just, like, I had a couple of times this season where I had good performances, but a lot of times I'm like, maybe if I choose this song, people will like it, and maybe I do this, I do that, and like I said, I shouldn't have done it. I should have just, just sang and not think about anything else.
Right.
But you're going to have, because of this, you're going to have a great career ahead of you. I mean, and you know what I mean? Because you know that you've gotten so much exposure, and hopefully you understand that definitely it's going to be a huge bump for your career.
It's over.
Oh, absolutely, and that's exactly why I will never complain about what happened and the fact that I got voted off because it has given me a priceless start that I would have never gotten in my life.
There you go.
just like all the other American Idols that came before you.
Right. Yeah.
I remember a lot of their names.
Yep. That's it.
There was
Clay Aiken.
Clay Aiken, he won one of those.
No, he didn't win, Opie.
Oh.
He was second.
That's
He came
right.
second.
Oh, he came in second.
He lost
and
to
he's,
Patrice.
Selling many. He lost to Patrice O'Neill.
And then after Clay Aikens, there was.
Yeah.
No, that's that first guy. The guy's name was.
No, there's
Kelly Clarkson.
No.
There you go.
Oh,
Remember her?
Oh, okay, I remember her sort of.
On the first season.
Ruben
Yeah.
Studdard.
Ruben won.
There's been some huge names out
Yeah.
of that program.
Uh-huh.
All right, but then after that there was
Justin.
There was that Leif Garrett-looking guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our time is up with you,
Oh no.
Anthony
I don't
Fedorov.
want to go.
What are you going to sing on Danza today? 'Cause we'll tune in and watch.
Yeah, definitely.
What's that?
What are you going to sing on Danza today? We'll tune in and watch you.
I don't think I'll be singing, but
No?
I'll definitely say, hey, how you doing?
There you go.
You're gonna say hi to us? Give us a little shout out.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you should do that because we work for the same company. It'd be great for everybody.
Tony loves us.
Yeah, we've had him on. He's actually a great guest, and he almost
He's
killed
a
himself
regular
recently.
on the show, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
Yeah, I will definitely give you guys a shout out.
All right, buddy. Have a great show, and we're glad you called in.
Thanks a lot for all the support. Appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, there he goes, Anthony Fedorov from American
take care.
Idol.
Take care, man.
All right, very good interview.
Oh, he was the worst. I was so glad when he got kicked off. I know. I was rooting for him to get kicked off like weeks before he did. Even that fat kid got kicked off before him. They should have kept the fat kid.
Oh, was that the one who beat up his girlfriend?
Yeah. Yeah.
With that irritating beard.
Oh. I want to thank God. He was like a wigger kind of kid,
Yeah, you ever notice like those white kids who are trying to pass to the other side? You always have to have your hair cut like really short.
Yep. Yeah.
So no one realizes that you have Aryan hair.
Aryan hair, of course. It's so straight, not the least bit kinky.
Yes.
I think the plane landed safely. Or
did it?
Or it's going to, yeah.
I thought they were still burning off fuel.
They're burning fuel still.
Yeah, burning off fuel.
Believe me, they'll cut into this commercial in a second if they have to.
All right, we have one more clip from Sue Johansson, the grandma, giving out sex advice, Anthony. Mm-hmm. We're going back to the lick, kiss, suck thing. Debunking the deep throat fantasy.
Oh, here's where she talks about BJ's again?
Yeah, I think this is a different one there, Bill.
She has it all wrong.
She doesn't believe in women. Deep throating.
Oh, honey, don't take the whole penis in your mouth.
Bad advice.
This is not what you do. You don't take this whole penis in your mouth. You're going to gag for sure.
And what's wrong with that?
Yeah, and?
What better way to punish someone than to have her stomach bile coming up all over your rotten mule? What more satisfying a tear and stomach bile equals good Hummer? That's a mathematical formula.
For sure. Never. Look, the sensitive part of the penis is right there, and right around there, and right around the tip here. This has some sensitivity, yeah, but not all
How would
that
you know?
much.
Yeah.
So you're going to perform oral sex on him.
In the back of your
then
throat.
You can lick and kiss and suck and do whatever you like, and do that up the shaft of the penis and along the side and around to his testicles. Hey, no problem. And then you take just the head of his penis in your mouth. That's
oh my God! That is the worst advice ever. This is the second time I'm hearing her do this.
And if
it's awful.
She sounds like she gives head. It probably looks like a baby billy goat nursing. That's what I'm picturing. That little animal mouth.
That's really disgusting, Jim. Please,
Jesus.
Just suckling for that life-giving milk. Is that what you're doing?
Just the tip.
Yeah.
Hold it with 2 fingers.
Yeah.
Using her logic, it would be the same thing as if during sex, just because all the sensitivities at the tip, just put the tip in and just kind of move that around. You don't need to stick the whole thing in. That won't feel as good.
Yeah.
This woman's out of her mind. Out of her mind.
in your mouth. That's all. And you drool.
I like that.
Great quantities of saliva down the shaft of his penis.
That sounded biblical.
And then you grip the penis very gently with your hand, and you coordinate hand-mouth movements. So it's like...
We will drool great quantities of saliva with the New Deal.
Drooling is probably sexy, but not from her, because you know it smells like Sanka.
Sanka.
Oh, here we go, boys.
Geritol.
Position. The pilot has flown out over the Everglades, dumped some fuel, and now he's apparently going to bring that thing in for a landing. You can see the propellers are slowing, and I would imagine
30 minutes on
he's
this.
going to, if he can, shut them down completely so that they are not
perfect landing. Come on,
just come into a full gliding landing.
No, perfect.
He'll want to avoid doing damage to the props and the engines as much as possible so that something can be salvaged, assuming he can get this plane down on the ground. Could be just a normal landing. You don't know what's going to happen.
It is
These are live
Geraldo.
pictures coming to you now from the skies over Fort Lauderdale.
Here we
There
go.
are 7 people on board this plane.
Oh, they're just losing their
and
brains.
apparently coming in for a landing.
Here we go. Oh, boy.
Here we go.
Here it comes.
Here we go.
The
Here it
challenge for the
comes
pilot is
live.
that normally
Live on Fox
he's going
News.
to want to bring that
The most
plane
important thing happening in the world right now.
A plane is landing.
A plane is landing.
Before bringing it in on
Here
the
it
nose
comes.
wheel.
Just keep
He doesn't
talking,
really have any
reporters.
choice
Here we
but
go.
to
Oh,
do that.
boy.
He's just gonna
Oh,
have to
no.
do it.
Oh, my God.
He's
He's over the runway.
He's
coming down. Oh, my God.
The weight of
He's
the
over the
plane.
runway.
A couple
It's
of
up on
times
the
on
apron.
there. He's
And he's
flooding
touching
it
down
in now.
very, very
You'll
lightly.
see the puff of smoke.
Rear wheeled it down.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. It was a
perfect
perfect
landing.
plane just landed.
Huge sigh of relief from the 7 people on board this plane.
Perfect landing.
Because it looks like a textbook landing. Nose wheel
Yeah.
right on the
Looks
center
like a big
line.
waste
The
of
gear stays,
media time here.
Intact.
Fox should
no
fly their
collapse.
helicopter into it now
No
to make a story.
sparks. no
Fox
fire,
News, and
no
that
emergency
motherfucker talked
evacuation.
through the whole thing.
And a lot of
Robbie Knievel's
going to
come out, take off his helmet,
have been said by
wave to
people
the
on board that
crowd.
airplane and perhaps by some of you watching.
Robbie
We're going to be updating you on exactly what happened there. Maybe get
what did
some
happen? It didn't
interviews
crash.
with
Nothing.
pilots or the people on
And
board.
this guy
just show planes
Chuck
land
Leonard,
all
the
day.
former
Talked
NTSB
through
investigator
the
with us on the
whole
phone and
thing on TV.
Commercial pilot himself. Chuck, I guess it couldn't go any better than that, huh?
Yes.
Well, it certainly was excellent. Obviously, it was an indication problem. One of the lights was...
And as I saw, it was a perfect landing. Baba Booey! Baba Booey!
Wow.
Oh.
That's what it's come down to. Hoping for a plane crash.
Fox should just kill themselves.
They even let him taxi and everything.
Yeah, they're
No
showing the
problem with this
taxi.
thing.
I was on a flight that dumped fuel, a United flight one time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I didn't have any reporters talking to me when I got off. I stood there, shit my pants, and got another plane. Nothing up.
Wow, that was something.
Are they going to show them getting their luggage and everything?
Oh, I hope they show them at the carousel.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the bag comes out a little unstable. It could crush your fingers.
Yes, there are times where it will shift during the flight. We're going to have the cameras inside to see if any luggage is shifted.
That the plane wound up crashing because they basically just forgot to fly it.
Yes, John, that's exactly right.
Well, now they got to talk about
what could have happened.
What could have happened?
Which would have been beautiful.
This is why we're justifying
That
why
had a
we
different
showed
ending.
a perfect plane. It wasn't even a commercial flight.
No.
There are 7 people on board.
Exactly.
What a disaster.
I understand they're following now a minivan whose brakes haven't been checked in a couple of months. Assholes.
It would be good if the plane stopped and then the landing gear collapsed and it just fell in
Oh, my
place.
God, now they got to go with the replay.
They're replaying it landing
Suspect
safely.
rear landing gear.
Are you kidding?
I guess they didn't know, Chuck, whether...
This just in, one of the passengers spilled some coffee on their lap during the landing.
Wow. Okay, now I can understand why they're
was
showing
going to collapse.
Yeah, what I suspect happened, John, is that they had a flyby and they could see that the 3 gears were down.
Oh, shut
But
up.
they had an indicator light
God, do I just
that
hate
said
them.
that it's a light news day. So we went.
Can you believe that scumbag reporter yapped through that whole fuck? Media people, you should just be summarily executed. You
Telling
really
us
should
what
be.
could possibly happen.
You're
We're through the
awful.
whole list of
You
things.
got to admit, that is kind of a skill. You know, he was looking at, like, his director or something. You fucking asshole, as he just keeps... And it landed perfectly.
Damn
Go
it.
to commercial.
Right.
But there was always the chance that it wouldn't have landed perfectly.
Right.
Kind of like the other 45,000 planes that take off every hour in this fucking planet. Moron.
All right, the last bit of the Sue Johansson clip, and we'll move on to something else here. What happened now?
We're going live to Newark.
Hello?
Opie.
Hello?
Oh.
Quantities of saliva down the shaft of his penis. And then you grip the penis very gently with your hand, and you coordinate hand-mouth movements. So it's like that.
He just keeps saying he wants deep throat, deep throat. You know?
Of course he does.
Well, if he wants deep throat, then let him use the dildo.
What?
What? Yeah, show him.
That's too simple.
That's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, there we
I'll
go.
have to tell him that one. Thank you.
Absolutely. You're welcome,
Have a
Judith.
good night.
Oh.
I will. You too.
Yeah, then he's going to take your dildo and hit you on the head with it.
Did you hear what she just said? She just basically said that deep throating was bullshit. Okay, and then the dude in the other girl's relationship was like, "No, that's what I want."
I
and
want
rather
it.
than admitting that she was wrong on her own fucking show, she couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
She had to say, "Why don't you tell the guy to take a dildo and shove that down his throat?"
Threatened to put stitches in his intestines if he
Yeah.
wants to fucking feel good because you give awful head. You rotten prude.
Just a tip, please.
That's it for today on her. There's some beauties on the way.
She's wonderful.
When we go back
I gotta
to that.
watch the show. I don't know when it's on. I want to watch this old bag give this advice.
Oh, it's awful.
Saturday at midnight.
Saturday at midnight?
Translucent, veiny hands holding a dildo. Ugh.
Old age spots on the back of her hand.
Oh, brown fungus fingernails. Awful. All right.
I think we took care of her.
I think we dispatched that woman.
Bill Burns Studio. What are we promoting today, Bill?
I got nothing.
I don't know. You got a nice new CD out, I see, in front of us.
Oh, where's that?
That's from, a nice new one, taped in 2003.
Oh, really?
What's up with this Bill Clinton? Is this guy crazy?
Well, where could they get it? They might want to get it anyway.
Oh, I can get off my website.
BillBurr.com?
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
You didn't bring any?
I brought like 5 for the whatever the hell it was.
Covers. just bought covers.
You got a CD?
Oh, no, I have the CD.
The CD? I want a CD.
Why don't we play one?
They're for charity?
Why don't we play a track going in a break?
Charity schmarity.
Bill, what should we play?
The end credits. I haven't even looked at that thing.
Oh, my God, you have a track called Closing Shit Joke. What do you want us to play? Seriously, here.
Let me see.
Give you a little, a little push today.
I got a tinkle.
I know.
I'll be right back. You guys do what you got to do.
All right. Track.
I haven't done any of this shit in a long time. How about we go with...
Okay.
How about number 5? We'll go with George Bush. He's still in office.
All right. It's Bill Burr.
We'll dump the Nixon jokes that I did in the beginning of the CD.
All right.
So I was watching George Bush today give some sort of speech, or try to, I should say. You guys like George Bush? No. You know what I like about George Bush? He makes me feel like I could be president too. You know? He's like the first guy from like my reading level. You know what I mean? First guy from my math class to actually make it. You know? He's the worst. You know what I love about that guy? He can't say the word terror. He uses the word every speech. He can't say terror. He goes tear. He goes, America will not stand for tear. Anybody who supports tear, you're a terrorist. We're gonna get you. What kind of president goes, we're gonna get you? He's like some redneck they dragged out of a barbecue, put him in a suit. Dude, if you go, we're gonna get you, you should be just standing on stage with like a couple of bloodhounds going, go get him, Blue! Smell the shirt, get the stick, go get him! Damn, that Blue's a good dog!
Oh, I'm starting to get hot. Oh, I'm starting to get hot. Oh no, I'm gonna give up my virginity. I'm a sport. Maybe take a little cock right into my mouth. It must hurt. Maybe take it in the rear. Maybe bang me up the ass. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. She's a freak. What do you want me to do? I'm gonna be facing the wall. What do you want me to do? I've always wanted a juicy cock. Put it between the boobs. I'm into the TF thing. Put it between the boobs. Put it in the pits. Put it in the pits. My favorite oral treat. My favorite eating cock. I'm hungry for a big, fat, juicy cock. After I whack your bag, whack your bag, whack your bag, whack your bag. Shoot your big wad of cum right into my mouth. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. Oh, God. After I suck you up, I want you to bang me up the ass. I'm hungry for a hard male cock. Stick your huge cock in my tight ass. That's scaring me. I take it in the rear. I'm a freak. That's what I was taught. I got a big juicy cock from Ben the other day. Oh, I like the banana. Oh, God. I like the banana. I'm a freak. I enjoy having sex with a guy. I enjoy cum in my mouth. I enjoy cock between the boobs. I enjoy cock in my tight ass. That's what they call me. She's a freak. That's what they call me. She's a freak.
And Anthony Show.
If someone get in the back, the back of you. If someone get in the back of you. Has someone taken your face? It's real. The pain you feel, you trust, you must confess. If someone get in the back of you.
Bill Burr in studio today, helping us out. Definitely having a good time today.
Oh, God.
Absolutely. That
Chewbacca's on Regis
that
right
perfect
now.
landing was It was really exciting. I'm glad I came in. I would have still been sleeping and missed it.
Tony's on?
Yeah, Tony Danza's on.
Did you guys see what Fox was showing while we were on break? It was pretty interesting. But there was a guy on 57th Street parallel parking, and everything was smooth. He didn't ding the bumper or nothing.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a little nerve-wracking. They're like, 'cause what happens is sometimes you'll hit a bumper, scratch the paint. It was really kind of crazy.
Yeah, talk about what could have happened.
Yeah, well, sometimes if somebody walks in front of you, you could back their foot over and have a whole lawsuit.
Well, the reason they sent the camera crews there was it was a tight spot.
Right.
It seemed a little tight, and there might have been some paint on a bumper. Perhaps.
Did he drive around the block and dump fuel?
He drove around. Well, it was actually a woman. That's why they said let's.
Right.
And
right.
She appeared to be Indian. So they said, like, this is going to be a problem, but
yeah,
it turned out to be all right.
She actually swung it in there and no problem.
Nobody got hurt, thank God.
We're going to have to check the replay later.
Let's say hi to Tim. Hey, Tim.
Yes, sir.
Howdy, Tim.
What's up, Tim?
I was just watching CNN, and they had a quote from Eric Logan. They said, when you put a plane about to crash on TV, a lot of people will watch.
He's doing his Pat from Menaki impression, too.
There's the crash.
All right. Let's take some kind of weird vote here. We could talk about Robert Blake on CNN. We could talk about...
Robert Blake.
Pint-sized terrors. Pre-kindergarten kids are being expelled.
Yeah, that makes sense in the tri-state area.
Yeah, why?
Because they're little animals. They're little animals with no supervision, running around.
Hundreds of 3- and 4-year-old pint-sized terrors were bounced from public and private schools alike for bad behavior, ranging from...
Rape.
Pulling down classmates' pants.
Close. Monstering.
To slipping water guns into class.
Water gun. Well, the reason they're expelling them is because they put so many rules on little kids these days. With what they can bring in, they have mandatory no-tolerance suspension. So if you bring a water gun in, which used to be nothing...
Right.
Now you get suspended.
But is this worth being on the front page of the New York paper today?
Dude, they're showing a plane safely land on the news.
Today
is pretty much a news-free day.
Yeah, we really need to help out the news again.
There's nothing going on.
Let's get a couple in a mosque and see what we can get done.
Today is absolutely one of those days we would do something really stupid.
Yeah, it
would be today.
We always messed up on slow news
on
days.
days like this where we would say the mayor's dead or send a couple into St. Pat's.
Yeah, sure.
Sex. Maybe you send a couple into a mosque and the man and the woman just talk as equals. It's a big scandal.
Oh, that... Shake things up.
It's a non-story.
Stop, wait.
What happened?
Ellen's dancing.
Oh. I'm sorry, Anthony.
I have to watch.
All right, hold on.
Oh, my God.
Sickening.
Nothing brings out the anger in me.
That's right.
Is this just awful?
Should have lay back and do the stepdad.
Yeah.
Just close your eyes, put your feet in the air, pretend you're anywhere but there.
Oh, she's stealing coats.
Oh
my God! They're standing in line. I hope she steals my coat.
I'm going to put mine right on the chair so she takes it.
Yeah.
And then gives it to someone else.
I'm going to make it really sick. I taped a picture of a cock to the inside of my jacket. Wait till she picks this up.
Wow, she didn't want anything to do with that guy. You see that?
Of course
she was dancing down the aisle. This guy was giving her a little move, and she just turned her back on him.
Wouldn't it be great if she took someone's coat, put it on your chair, and you slip some cocaine in the pocket and then call the cops on the person when they leave the studio?
Where's that little clock?
They stopped the clock.
Why?
I don't know. It's such a good little
Where's
character.
the clock with its little
I love that
fingers?
gimmick. That was a good
Isn't
gimmick.
That a great
was.
gimmick?
And dancing here today. A little intimidating.
You think she'll talk about being a...
Here.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Oh, well. She was
Brittany's going to be
intimidated
on.
by dancing because Brittany's on today.
You think she'll talk about her abuse
This is their
on her own
first
show?
time ever together in an interview, and they chose us, so thank you very much for them coming here with us. And they are talking about their reality show, Chaotic, which is going to be coming on soon. What they're doing, they're mixing business with pleasure, and all of this show is pleasure, so really they're mixing pleasure with pleasure. And then when you mix pleasure with pleasure, you know what you get?
Oh, that Ellen.
And here for the first time, the Backstreet Boys are here.
Oh, yeah, Opie.
That's a hot show.
I want to know...
We forget sometimes that we're actually doing a show.
We're actually doing a show. I know, we're just sitting here and watch TV. We're just watching TV.
You know what she was doing in the beginning? I think, which is that really irritating thing that stars do when they show their picture on the cover of magazines now, and then they just show where they were airbrushed. Like, my cheeks really don't look like that.
They're not like that. I'm a lot heavier.
I'm just like you. I'm just
I had
like
some
you.
blemishes here that they took care of. I've seen models. Yeah, models do that. They tape up my hair and my clothes in the back.
These are terrible images. This isn't the real me, and she's
I'm really
still fucking
heinous.
Anorexic. I puked right before this segment.
Gorgeous.
Are we done with the pre-K children getting expelled for outrageous
did you finish
behavior?
what they get in trouble for?
That was pretty much
Pulling
it.
down pants?
Pretty much it, yeah. But it's out of control, supposlally, in the New York school system.
Oh, Jimmy's buddy Billy Crystal.
We got to
is on
hear what
Tony
this is
Danza.
like. I'm sure this is going to be a real laugh riot.
This is just a
No,
ass
we can't
slobber
sit here and
fest.
just
watch TV?
Ass slobber fest.
Look, they're a Philly. Welcome. Not everybody gets the standing O, you know.
Really?
Yeah, that's big.
Have they had coffee? Are they like
I think
an
they got
espresso drip? What do you
They're
have
really
them on?
fired up this morning.
That's
Yeah,
great.
I'm fired up because you're here.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Let me show you.
Blow him off for a
Now,
picture, motherfucker.
for those people that we go back a ways because we used to play in the softball league together. Actually.
that why you hate
By the
him?
way, the Dukes, my team,
course
still
that's why
playing.
he hates them. There's no other reason.
Is this a senior league now?
It's not.
And you, being a Jew, you played awful baseball. Just the politically incorrect Tony Danza.
All right.
Awful. I wanted to hear their banter.
Do you?
Not really.
And he could really hit the ball.
Yeah.
Remember, Rob could really hit the ball.
You got to
Everybody
talk
could hit the
baseball.
ball. Harmon had a team, Michael Keaton had a
Maybe
team.
that's
We
taken
all
it
took
wrong,
it. It
Jimmy.
was all the teams from different television shows and Los Angeles. So all week we've been going, we got a tough game. We're playing Laverne and Shirley.
my right headphone.
We got to get up for the Happy Days game.
All right, enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not getting in the car. I'm not getting in the car. Dad.
I'm gonna look at time. Get your ass in here.
Calm down.
Get your fucking ass in here.
It's 11:10.
Yeah,
Some asshole kid. This is a great clip, and I think it's from Boston.
It is Boston.
Oh, yeah.
This is typical Southie.
Yeah.
Father and son in Southie.
Who knows the background of this besides the obvious? The kid decided to tape his father because I guess his father's
Maniac.
Yeah, he's wound tight.
Gets pissed off when he's late.
And I think he was purposely late, and his father was just sitting there waiting for his son. What
a little shit, man.
So the kid just rolls tape and just freaking just works his dad.
Yeah, I'm not getting in the car. I'm not getting in the car.
In the car.
Dad.
I'm gonna look at time. Get your ass in here.
Calm down.
Get your fucking ass in here.
It's
What
11:10.
time did I fucking tell you?
11.
Get the fuck here.
Dude.
What the fuck time does it say?
Fucking
What time is that?
It says 11:10 in there.
It's 11:21.
It said
I think I'm fucking sitting out here for 20 minutes for your fucking ass.
Why didn't you come in?
Fuck you. You tell me 11 o'clock, you fucking cunt. Don't waste my fucking time again. You don't even give a shit. It's a fucking joke to you, right?
I didn't think you were here yet.
It's a fucking big joke to you.
Fucking happy hour. I'm missing your fucking cunt.
That sounds like every time Bob Kelly has helped me with my computer. That miserable piece of shit.
This is for all the expecting parents out there.
There you
Can't
go.
wait for their little bundle of joy.
When they're so cute running
Right.
around when they're little, this is what they grow into. They tape you, driving you crazy. Kid was, 11 minutes late?
Something like that.
Jesus, lighten up. Pops.
You fucking cunt.
I'll fucking show you a joke. You fucking asshole.
He's all cocky.
Fucking. You are so fucking unappreciative.
Unappreciative. Inconsiderate didn't pop into his head.
He couldn't figure out the
Unappreciative isn't inconsiderate.
I didn't see that coming after cunt.
No.
Father probably played Baby Mozart for the kid.
I don't think this guy was playing Baby Mozart.
That really is a weird group of words to use. You're a cunt, and not only, but you're lackadaisical.
What is Ellen doing?
Oh, she's just awful. It's a carpet, and she's jumping face first into it.
Yeah, what was that about?
What a shock.
You will let getting a fucking cunt. You're so fucking unappreciative. You don't give one shit. You're in there fucking laughing your ass off.
Where? Where was I laughing my ass off? Can you please talk to me, Dad?
I don't want to fucking even see your fucking face.
Why? Dad, please talk to me.
Because you're a cunt.
Dad.
You're a fucking cunt.
Wow.
This is parenting at its best.
He just wants to listen to his socks.
Is that what he's listening
It
to?
sounds like a baseball game. It has to be the socks.
I thought it was maybe Pat's.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, good point.
What time is it?
It said like 11
The next 5 minutes fast.
All right, then.
15 fucking minutes. I'm there 5 minutes early. I'm there for 20 fucking minutes. People kept coming to the window. You knew I was out there.
No, I didn't. You can't tell me what I know and not know. Why didn't you come in and be like a normal...
Why didn't you go outside at 11 o'clock?
I thought you
told me.
You told me 11 o'clock.
You told me 11 o'clock.
And then you could have had...
You told me 11 o'clock, fuckhead.
You could have had
No, I did that last time.
You left the guest waiting outside. You could have done it again. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying you're...
I'm telling you... You're a fucking cunt.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
Wow. This is brutal. And the son's just egging him on because he knows tape's rolling.
Yeah.
You're a fucking unappreciative fuckhead.
Since you placed my income and I'm building a multi-million-dollar business with no employees. One of the best parts is that my income is not tied.
You don't give a flying fuck.
Could you calm down? Like really? 15 minutes. That's pretty insignificant. Why are you so mad?
It's not insignificant.
Yes, it is. 15 minutes. What the fuck?
It's insignificant to you. Sure to you.
Yeah, it is.
You care. If I'm sitting out there for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Fucking 15 minutes that I shouldn't be fucking waiting. You fuck.
Stop grabbing me.
You stupid fuck.
Dad, that was 15 minutes.
11 o'clock. You don't give a shit. You know I'm always up at 11 o'clock. No problem. Call me. Wake me up. I'll go get you. Well, I don't fucking mind. But I do fucking mind when I gotta wait 15 or 20 minutes. You fucking cunt licker.
Well,
you dick licker.
Didn't realize he had screwed that up.
Wow.
You cunt licker. Oh, wait a minute. I do that. Dick licker.
That was completely the opposite direction he went there. You're full of shit. I mean, correct. You were goddamn late on time.
So it's at night. It's 11 o'clock at night.
Maybe a school dance or something, right?
Yeah, he had to pick him up. I mean, all the kids really got to say is, would you rather I drive home? Imagine if I got killed on the way home, how you'd feel. Is that worth 15 minutes? My life, Daddy.
He's egging the father on, though, because the father's done talking, and he keeps going, what's 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Quit grabbing me.
Nothing to you. That's right, nothing to me. Can you talk to me?
Excuse me.
Radio 850 WEEI. Check out Speed Briscoe and Jay Glazer.
Fucking asshole. You don't even give a shit about my fucking time? Who gives a fuck?
A 7-play 65-yard drive at this forward.
What time?
What took you so fucking long? Why did you're telling me? Okay, you're telling me.
I was watching.
Okay, whoa, okay. You're telling me it was 10 past 11 when you left that house, right?
I thought it was. I wasn't paying attention at the time.
You don't even pay attention.
I made a mistake.
Okay.
So,
don't even pay attention.
So the world revolves around you. Is that
Don't
what it
even
does?
pay attention. You told me 11 o'clock.
You told me 11 o'clock. So, okay, I'll come pick you up 11. I said, okay.
No, you told me.
No, I didn't.
You asked Fody what time.
I asked Laura. She told me.
No, you just said I told you.
I was kidding.
I'm taking a left here, Mike.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, his friend's in the car, too.
Oh, wow.
Maybe the friend was the one recording
Maybe
it.
the friend was recording
Maybe.
Yeah, could be.
Tell me which way to go.
Hold on, wait. Nope, never mind. Go straight.
Go straight?
Yeah, you thought you were somewhere else. I think you left off at Cunt Licker.
Shut the fuck up.
That's how they make up.
You fucking asshole. You are a fucking asshole.
Dad, you need to calm down, buddy.
No, you need to fucking say, oh, Dad, I'm fucking sorry.
Oh, Dad, I'm fucking sorry.
Not like that.
You said it just like that.
Not like
What
that.
do you want from me, cocksucker fuck luck?
Shut the fuck up. Don't give me shit.
Okay.
You're not in any position.
I have to take all your shit.
You better fucking believe it.
I'm not a believer. I'm not a strong believer.
Fucking whining, crying little fucking bastard.
I'm whining crying.
This fucking
The
camera
cunt
so
liquor,
fucking much.
the cunt liquor, cocksucker, motherfucker is a whiny bitch.
Is I supposed to take a left there? I'm gonna fucking... So you're sitting in there, the movie didn't get over late.
I'm sorry, I made a mistake.
You don't go looking for me.
I made a
Fuck
mistake.
you.
I made a mistake.
I don't believe it.
Good, then don't bitch about it. It's not gonna make shit better.
I don't fucking believe it. You knew I was out there.
No, I didn't!
Shit to go looking. The girl fucking left her parent come. She comes running right the fuck out as soon as they come.
What?
They're looking. She's looking for the person. She's looking for her fucking ride. Take a left there?
Yeah.
I love the way it's going back and forth. You're a little fucking cunt. There's a fork in the road. Which way do I go? This is great.
Looking for the person. She's looking for her fucking ride. Take a left here?
Yeah. Thank God, no.
She's looking for her fucking ride. I'm here before her fucking ride.
She came in and said, hey.
Did she have it? Did her fucking parent have to come in and get her?
I'm not her. I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
Fucking asshole.
I made a mistake, Dad.
Fucking dickhead. Normal fucking thing. Drive up, get out, go in.
I made a mistake.
Not with you, not with
sorry.
my kid. No, I can't have that with my kid.
I'm sorry, Dad. I made a mistake. What do you want? I fucking apologize and everything.
If I really thought that it wouldn't happen again, if you said, like you're saying, you're sorry, I made a mistake, but I know it ain't gonna make a fucking difference.
Right, that's how I am. Why don't you fucking accept me?
Should I fucking kill him now?
There it is. I'm sure it keeps going and going, but
that is nice.
That was fun to listen to.
That's a great little relationship.
Back to TV.
I gotta hear what he sounds like.
He's nervous. Look at him.
Yeah, I would be too.
He's got a Johnny Depp look to him.
They're
or
not
something
doing
from a
that for
distance.
nothing. That's why you're on the cover. Everybody, I mean, seriously. Well, first of all, you deserve it just for what you put up with. Why am I so far away from you right now?
Jump in our lap, Ellen.
But really,
There
what
you
you
go.
put up with is just amazing. So, and thank you for being here.
Well, thank
you
for having me
And your
here.
little sister was here, and she was adorable, sweet as can be, and we had fun with her.
Went
I'm just
nowhere.
Too far away. Anyway, so.
Brittany looks good.
So you were here. You were single last time. Now you're married, and to him.
This guy's slouching.
And
He just
now, and
laid
where
out
did y'all
on this
meet?
couch.
Yeah, y'all look like a cute couple.
Thank you.
Where did y'all meet?
We met at Joseph's.
A club.
It's a nightclub.
Mm-hmm.
On a Monday night.
Uh-huh.
A while back.
Uh-huh. And now that must be an awkward
Quite the
thing. You know,
speaker.
you just see Brittany and you think you can just go, hey, how you doing?
Hey, actually, it was her that was like, hey, how you doing?
Really?
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Man,
And
he
then
blew
right
off his
away you
family
knew that
and his
that
pregnant
was it?
wife.
Yeah.
Why don't you bring that
Really?
up, Ellen?
Just kind of clicked.
Well, not right away. I think
The home
kind
wrecker.
of
this is
evolved
bombing.
into something.
Awful.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're a
All
pretty
right,
charismatic couple.
And when you got married...
What, our
which
show
I'm
or
shocked
Ellen's?
because I was a little bit-
Well, she said, where'd you meet? And he actually threw in it was a Monday. This
ready to
guy's
get
good on
married.
TV.
I was wondering,
No,
what
that
day
was
of the
a-
week did they meet?
Yeah.
And he answered it like he read my mind.
Am I being nosy?
Well, look what he's doing, though. The way he's sitting, he's
Really?
exuding self-confidence.
He really is. I would be too if I was banging Britney Spears.
She proposed to him.
And
Jesus,
did he say
Ellen's
yes right
eyes.
away?
Look at those bags.
Wow.
Not right away.
No?
He should reach
Yeah,
over
because
and
it
just
did
grab
look
a
like he
tit.
wanted to get married. He said,
Hey, look what I
love
can
is
do.
love, and that's
She
a
looks like a
commitment
young
enough,
George
and-
Washington.
Actually, I was a little rejected at first. I slept down.
No, I told her, I told her that it's not right for the woman to ask the man. The man's supposed to get on one knee and do it all right and this and that. And
Why is he moving
Yeah.
his head like a black
Yeah.
woman?
Exactly, whatever.
Exactly.
So then you then had to turn around and ask her.
Yeah, it took me about 5 minutes and I turned around and asked her.
Really? That's sweet.
That was heartfelt.
Took my mouth out of her beaver and said, sure.
Now that comes
Marry
awkward
you.
being like that. I'm just going to keep moving around. And so what is the best part about being married?
The sex. Say it.
The baby?
Oh,
The baby?
No, I said, she said, what's the best part about being married?
All right, let's not argue now. I mean,
Wow.
She saved them.
Are
The
awful.
makeups from the arguments are the best part.
Yeah?
No, you know what? Married or not, I love being with her. I mean, she's fun.
She's just lovely.
She's fun.
Because every picture really
How
that
many
I
times do you think
see,
he's cheated
y'all
on
are
her
just
yet?
laughing
Oh,
and
please.
looking like you're having fun all the time.
I mean, you can't be serious all the time.
Mention the guy's other
Well, you
family.
look like
Holy
you're-
shit.
Yeah, but you look like you're laughing all the time. You look like you're having fun and also
Another
having
phony.
fun.
So do you visit
with
your
the fact that, I mean,
mulatto
because there
child?
really is nothing
Dude,
you can do.
he
There's
left
no
his
way you
chick
can
that was
get away
pregnant
from,
for Brittany.
you
I don't blame
the
him.
paparazzi
If
being
she was on her back,
every
he would have
single
stepped on her stomach to
place
get to
that you
Brittany,
go,
and he would have been
you're
right.
there. So
No one would
instead
have
of
convicted him for
trying
it.
But why is Ellen bringing that up? That's the obvious.
and that's why we decided to do the
Wait,
show,
she
too,
was
'cause, like,
pregnant?
I didn't
Yeah.
feel like
He was married. I don't know if they were separated or officially divorced, whatever. But his ex definitely was pregnant with another kid for him.
She's putting on weight.
let people in,
You know?
and show that you have nothing to hide and just kind of put it out there instead of
Nothing to hide, really.
And so you actually, and you read all the magazines too, right?
It'd be funny if he leaves her
No,
while
I
she's
look
pregnant.
at the pictures, really.
Or maybe not.
Are we done with this?
Ken Federline is a pretty
awful.
charismatic guy, though. He's interesting.
Shut up.
I like listening to him talk. He's got like
You
a,
are so full of shit.
I like his like way his like accent kind of lilts cool.
Limelight and under a magnifying glass, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's completely hard. It gets on you sometimes.
Good point.
You know, it has its ups and downs.
His mouth is so dry. He is so nervous.
Yeah.
Who I'm with, I love her.
I love her.
Everything
Sour milk
else
breath.
is Whatever.
That's
over there.
That was a great point.
That's sweet.
Yeah, everybody else
you
is
have
whatever.
No choice. There really is no way for you to. I mean, even with this show, it's like I don't think that that's fueling the flames any. It's just they're going to be there anyway, whether you show them what's going on inside or not. And now you're just
Fanning
showing
the
them
flames.
this is it, and there's nothing really special about your life. You just do what you do. Right? And now the baby, that's very exciting. Now you have to be.
These
really
two are
excited
selling the
about
show pretty convincingly.
The last
Watch these two dullards sit
This
around all day.
is they're not even. Ellen's doing all the talking, and they're here to promote a reality show of them with a camera following
Yeah,
them.
you're not showing yet. The last time you were here, you were teaching me some sit-ups that you claimed to do 1,000 a day, which, you know, I'm doing 50 a day. I don't think you do 1,000 a day. 50 is killing me.
All right.
Really, you
should
did?
roll
are
in
you
a
serious that you did
staircase and
1,000
have
a
him
day?
kick her down. It.
That's the exercise I do. I lay on my back and he does push-ups over my face.
All right.
That he talks in his little rap accent. Makes me nauseous.
We
But
should-
then again, I'm sitting here with fucking 4 zilches and he's fucking Britney Spears. The nerve of me to criticize him.
He's doing something right. Yeah.
Ugh, fat pig I am.
Anthony, what do you know about this Vonage, the broadband phone company thing?
Oh, I know that there's. It's an easy process to get hooked up to Vonage. I know it's a broadband phone company, the broadband phone company, and it's phone service over your broadband phone line. That's cable or DSL. Why don't you tell them about the simple 3-step process, Opie, to getting Vonage?
All right. Step 1, you order Vonage.
Yeah.
Step 2, you receive the hardware.
Yeah.
Step 3, you plug into your voice adapter. And step 4,
Wait.
plug
It
into your
says-
home phone.
But it says just a simple 1, 2, 3-step process.
Well, they still haven't fixed the copy. They don't know how to count to 3, I
3-step
guess.
process,
Yeah, they're-
4 steps.
They're a brilliant phone company, but they don't know how to count to 3.
You know what it is?
What can I tell you?
They spent all their time and energy figuring this out.
Right.
So they can't be bothered with how many processes it takes, how many steps to a process.
What is step 2 again?
Receive hardware.
That is a little literal, isn't it? Step 1, pick up phone to make call. Step 2, hang up phone. Step 3, walk away from phone to continue life. Idiots.
Well, however many steps it takes.
All right.
The quality, just like your regular phone, you can't tell the difference. And plans start as low as just $14.99 a month. Unlimited calling to anywhere in U.S., Canada, and Puerto Rico for just $24.99 a month. Portability? What about portability, Opie?
Well, listen to this, Bill. You can take hardware to anywhere that has broadband and call using your number and use it without having to pay long distance.
Let's say you're going to be away somewhere for any length of time, right? You take your equipment with you. You hook it up to broadband somewhere else. All of a sudden, people call your number at home. You're not home. You're away. And then all of a sudden, ring, ring, hello. You're somewhere else completely different.
That is convenient.
Isn't that damn convenient?
I got this weird thing, too, with my computer desk.
Yeah.
Where it says, never use a hotel desk again. Just bring this desk with you and set it up in your room and place your laptop on it.
Exactly. Portability. That's your phone number, Buster. And you're taking it with you.
That's right. And who the hell has a cell phone these days?
Right.
Why not just lug all your home equipment?
Tired of those hotel refrigerators?
Are you insane? Are you a mad person?
I think that's a good idea.
You know how many times your cell... First of all, some people don't have your cell phone number. Other times, you don't get a signal, stupid signal, like, oh, take your walkie-talkie with you, Jim. Why don't you do that? Hi, breaker 19.
He was just stating the obvious, Anthony. Everyone was thinking it.
There are places I don't get a signal, this is really helpful. If you can get a broadband connection in the Lincoln Tunnel when your cell phone dies, you plug it right in and make a call.
Let me ask you something.
Yes, Anthony.
Do you have a home telephone, Jimmy?
You bet I do, Ant.
And you have a cell phone?
I certainly.
Why? Why don't you get rid of your home phone if you got a cell phone? Come on, smart guy.
It'd be kind of hard to walk down 57th Street using my broadband connection and making a phone call from my home phone.
Why don't you get rid of your home phone? You have a cell phone. It should be good for any phone call you need to make. Why do you need people to call your house?
I like to have that home number. And I wish I could bring it with me sometimes, but I can't.
See? Do you check your messages when you get home from vacation or something like that?
I do.
See?
And also, good point, because I'm moving soon, and on my Verizon, I don't know what to do with my phone number.
See?
You
there
could
you
take
go.
this phone with you.
What?
Take the number with you.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Oh, my God.
Vonage comes with all the features the other phone companies charge you for. Voicemail, call waiting, caller ID, three-way calling, forwarding, all those fun features. And you have the ability to keep your home phone number with Vonage. No need to switch to a new number, Buster. And it's easy to order Vonage. You receive your router.
How many steps?
Plug your broadband connection. Huh?
How many steps to order Vonage?
I think there's one step. You just call 1-800-581-4866 as my chair goes down, or go to Vonage.com, V-O-N-A-G-E.
First step. Step 39, hit enter. Step 40, move mouse and select.
No contracts, no hassles, if I may use the vernacular of the 60s, so you can begin saving on your phone bill right away. Sign up today, 1-800-581-4866, 1-800-581-4VON, V-O-N. Vonage, the broadband phone company.
That's right, Anthony.
Might as well just throw that copy away. I doubt we'll ever be reading it again. Thanks, Jimmy.
They just need to reword it a little bit, because it's actually, if I could switch my home phone, I would get that service. If it will help me keep my home phone number, I would certainly get that.
Oh, well. Oh, they're good for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to lose my home phone number.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll continue next. Stay there.
Hey, what's that?
Well, you've never seen it before?
Looks like a rock.
New from Sedentary Toys and the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh,
it's so shiny.
It's got corners.
It's the cool new toy that has everyone jumping for joy.
O&A Party Rock!
It's not just any rock.
It's the O&A Party Rock. The O&A Party Rock is incredibly versatile.
You can chuck it, you can fuck it, you can drop it in a bucket.
You can race it, you can chase it, you can yell right in its face. It's the bestest friend you'll ever have.
O&A Party Rock!
Why is it wearing a party hat? Every Party Rock comes dressed in a colorful party hat and party blower, making it the centerpiece of any party.
Now with shiny red dancing shoes.
Not only that, the O&A Party Rock is
it's a fucking rock, you dildo.
We're back to the Opie and Anthony program. Bill Burr sitting in with us today. Go to BillBurr.com to see what he's up to. Is this story true, you think, Ant? You're doing some investigating over there, I say.
Well, I just checked Snopes.com, my favorite site for checking out urban legends and rumors and myths, and it hasn't popped up as true or false or anything. It's just not there. Maybe the story's too new.
If it's true, it could be the greatest story ever.
I would hope they would add this and dispel it if it's false, or say that it's true. Here we go. Lion mutilates 42 midgets in Cambodian ring fight. Spectators cheered as an entire Cambodian midget fighting league, squared off against an African lion. Who knew there were midget fighting leagues over there?
Hold on there, Billy. I'm sorry.
The fight was slated when an angry fan contested Yang Sihamani, president of the CMFL. That can't be real.
It's bullshit.
Because why would the
Cambodian
acronym
midgets.
be in English like that? CMFL. This is so fake.
Cambodia Midget Fighting League.
Yeah, claiming that one lion could defeat his entire league of 42 fighters. Sihamani takes great pride in the league he helped create, as was conveyed in a recent advertising campaign for the CMFL that stated his midgets will take on anything, man, beast, or machine. I guess they set up this match between an African lion. It was shipped to centrally located Kampong Chang.
Wow.
Kampong Chang.
That was a good try.
Especially
that one, man.
Chang.
C-H-H.
That's bullshit.
A with a over the A.
Yeah.
And they put an African lion, Panthera leo, in parentheses.
Yeah.
No one would write that in a news story, the official lion name.
Yeah.
No one would do that.
Well, it's a sanctioned fight, Jim.
Right.
I mean, the lion has to have a name.
Good point.
The event, which took place Saturday, April 30th, in the city's Coliseum, the Cambodian government allowed the fight to take place under the condition they receive a 50% commission on each ticket sold, and that no cameras would be allowed in the arena.
No evidence.
Proof.
Right.
Bullshit.
Of course.
The fight was called in only 12 minutes, after which 28 fighters were declared dead, while the other 14 suffered severe injuries, including broken bones and lost limbs, rendering them unable to fight back.
So what, they just waved the towel and the lion was like, put his paws in the air. It's over. They just called it TKO.
Sihamani was quoted before the fight stating that he felt since his fighters outnumbered the lion 42-1 that they could outwit and outmuscle the lion. Unfortunately, he was wrong. I don't believe this story.
How do you outwit a lion?
Exactly.
A couple of brain teasers.
Brain teasers. I declare shenanigans.
Oh, hey.
Tomfoolery.
This is bullshit.
Erica, what's up?
Hello, Erica?
Hey, how are you?
Girl. Hi, girl.
Hi, what's up?
We're talking to you. Let's go.
Did you see how that article's fake?
How?
It says it on there. Did you see this printout of the sheet somewhere on it? I don't know exactly where it was, but we were all reading it at work, and then all of a sudden someone caught it that says this article is fake, or it says like fake news or something of that sort on it.
Oh, really?
So you guys declared shenanigans as well?
Yes, we did.
Well, I don't see anything that says fake news on this one.
Oh, right here.
Yeah?
I'm sorry?
Oh, is that it right there?
No, it's over there. Right?
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
All right, thank you. Ted in South Dakota. Ted?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
Hey, Ted.
The article's absolutely fake. It's a guy and his friends would argue about 40 midgets versus a lion. So he wrote up a little press release for his group of friends, showed it to the guy, and it somehow got leaked.
Somehow he said
It got
send it
leaked?
out.
Got
don't know
leaked
how it
like,
got
like
leaked.
they're in the White House.
Yeah.
It got
leaked
leaked.
out of the circle of friends.
This wasn't
And then
supposed to
somebody
go
on
out.
Fox News took it and said, wow.
You know what this could do to our re-election?
National security.
Come on.
Somehow got leaked.
Yeah, it got
Bunch
leaked.
of dope smoking pot in their
Yeah.
apartment, and somehow
Send
it
it
got
out.
leaked. Right, Jesus.
Like I'm leaking this call. This is awful. Goodbye.
All right, thanks, Ted. Jesus. Brother Joe in studio looking really pissed off.
Traffic sucks, man.
Yeah, traffic's always fun.
No, we left at 8 o'clock, man. We left Long Island at 8 o'clock.
Oh, that's
3
a good
hours.
time.
Oh, my. Why
That's a
would
good
you
time
live
to
in
leave.
Long Island?
Rush
It's the
hour.
fucking worst place on earth.
The pinnacle of the free world, New York City, trying to drive in on one highway. That's wonderful.
Fucking horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why live on Long Island?
Dude, just the traffic. It's enraging how bad
It is.
Always.
It's more
Stinks.
bang for the buck when you buy a home.
That's
really,
it.
that's basically it.
Because, Jimmy, some
Only reason.
people appreciate the suburbs. They appreciate going to a home with a backyard, perhaps a picket fence.
Dude, no, if I
maybe
could-
a two-car garage.
I actually don't disagree with you, but I would live in Jersey. It's just a little easier in Manhattan.
If I could afford a hovel in New York City, a hovel, I'd live there.
Before Jersey.
Now, Jersey's great, man.
Stop it. Look,
Really?
I love all our fans in Jersey, but your state stinks.
No, I like Jersey.
Oh, you were born there.
What's wrong with Jersey?
Nothing.
You
It's
like-
fine.
I don't like Jersey. I
Why?
would not. I just don't want to say I live in Jersey.
What about north of the George Washington Bridge? That's a real nice area.
That's very nice up there, but
Jersey's nicer than Long Island.
Then you're fighting the same battle as Manhattan.
Train, take a
As,
train.
I don't want to take a train. I drive on a daily
No, but I
basis.
mean,
Think
I
about all
like
the
the
material
freedom.
you'll get listening to the common man going to work every day.
Yeah,
No,
Anthony.
the last thing I ever want to do is ride a train to work. No, I'm not a
not
train
American.
guy. I like driving. That way I could leave when I want. You're not at the mercy of a train schedule.
You
could
support the
stop off
troops?
and get some eggs, bread, maybe some milk on the way home.
Ope did it for years.
You could pull up in your own vehicle, in your nice little house, like I said, with the picket fence, with the gal, your best gal, waiting at the door when you pull your vehicle up in the driveway. Hi, honey. Hello, dear. How was work? Just fine. And when you get home, you sit in your comfy, easy chair, turn on the television, and light up a Lucky Strike cigarette, knowing that within a blast radius of a small atomic bomb, there isn't a Negro to be found in your neighborhood. That's how I like it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy the suburbs in this great land of ours. Thank you. Maybe I don't want to live in an apartment building, Jimmy. An apartment building where you could be all nice and keep a nice place, and then if someone that lives above you or below you or next to you is a slob, some of his what they call cockroaches come underneath the woodwork.
I imagine some buildings would have roaches. Not the one I'm living in.
You sure about that? What if there's
talked
a
to the
dirty
man.
animal that lives
Can't
there?
happen.
No?
Impossibility.
All right,
Jim's
all right.
building.
I'll give you that one. Okay. How
Jim's a
about
big
noise?
act. You can tell by the T-shirt he got out there on the circuit.
That's right.
Comedy store Hollywood shirt. What about noise?
Jim's moving on up.
How about people above you
That is
walking?
something- you can
Oh,
have-
I
you can have
hate that.
It's annoying.
People with their TVs up too loud.
For me, I like living in New York, though. I mean, I've been in suburbs my whole life, though. So
You do business in the city a lot, though.
Dude, it's, my whole life is here.
But he works here, right? He'd have to come in on a daily basis at night.
I would have bought in Hoboken for less money, but I mean, to commute in again, to come back and do spots at night, it
Right.
just would have been a nightmare. It'd been too much.
Yeah, if my driving was during rush hour, I'm sure I'd go insane.
Yeah.
And I'd have to move probably into Manhattan.
And I just think Jersey, I only say Jersey just for the traffic. You can hit bad traffic at the Lincoln, but it's just less. Long Island, I've done the LIE.
It is a mess.
To me, it's the worst traffic in the country.
It is
So you
just
figure
because
it's
people
what,
wanna be there.
45 minutes an hour from where I am to
Yeah.
get into the city when there's no traffic? 3 hours, man.
It burns me. It's
3
20
hours.
minutes from my house.
And you know what?
20 minutes
Oh, I
from
know.
where
I know
I
where you-
live,
I
and
know
it
where
has
you live.
taken me over 2 hours to drive what takes 20 minutes.
You know
when
what
there's no
causes
traffic.
most of that shit, though? It's the assholes at the light that wait for that wait like 15 seconds before they take off when the light turns green, or the one guy that
You
goes
gotta get
through.
on.
Yeah, the one guy that goes through, and there's the second guy. You see a gap of 10 cars could have gone.
Absolutely.
When you're in a
Every
left turn
fucking
lane
light.
and the arrow comes up and you're back a few cars and you're waiting, and finally you see that first car slowly go around, and he's all happy, he made it, and he's going to make sure that 5 or 8 or 10 people behind him didn't
Yep.
make it.
Yep.
Oh, you just want road rage. I love the road
As soon
rage.
as that light blinks green, my wrist is on the whole, immediately.
Yeah, you got
Blink.
You have to. You have to. Get them moving.
Because I practice what I preach. When the light turns, I go.
I have and also pedestrians here in Manhattan just piss me off. Practice what I preach. Pedestrians are the worst here in Manhattan. They take up lanes where you're supposed to be driving. When the little don't walk thing used to actually be words when people spoke English in this city. But now it's just hieroglyphics. There's a walking guy, there's a hand that says stop. And when the hand says stop, the people will stand in the lane that you're actually trying to pass other vehicles in, waiting for it to go. They're standing in the road. That's why when pedestrians get run over, I'm not really too concerned. I don't care because I know they weren't up on the sidewalk.
It's hilarious.
So-
Back when they spoke English.
Back
when
when
there
they
was no immigrants in New
spoke
York City.
English. Back in the old days.
When you could walk through this vast city of ours speaking English and lighting Lucky Strike cigarettes, not with greasy Puerto Ricans walking around.
It used to be a wonderful place in 1650. And now I found this little feature of the Escalade.
Oh man, go ahead.
That is wonderful. It
Is
makes
it the little boxing glove that comes out and whacks
It's
people
almost
like a
as good as the
rascal?
Little Rascals boxing glove. It's a little feature of the Escalade. When you drive by and somebody's standing in your way in one of those lanes, and you beep, so they step back and they give you that look. I go, I'm driving over here. They step back a little, and I hit my windshield washer. Now, it's on my windshield wiper blade, the washer. So when it swings out, a wave of washer fluid splashes all over anybody that's even near the right side of my vehicle. And I just get them all wet.
I just hock up a good loogie.
No, this is good. You don't have to roll a window down. You could keep going. It's completely
You could
automatic.
feign confusion, like...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm washing my
trying to
window.
do this.
I'm washing my window.
It just happens to be at the same time I'm yelling motherfucker and jetting my middle finger at you.
Occasionally, I'll do it for no reason
I was
whatsoever.
gonna say, he just does it-
because
he just-
somebody's standing there.
Yeah, he just does it for fun.
And
too.
when they get splashed, they look up. And they kind of look around, and I laugh my ass off.
What kind of truck is it?
It's an Escalade.
You just wanted to do that.
He's ripping me off again. Anthony had to get an Escalade, Robin, because I have one. He's a clone. Shut up. I had mine first. Copied me, Robin. You tie a bandana around it. Tell him, Fred. Ass munch. That's a fun thing. You gotta surely.
Yeah, so we're going to be over at BB King's on Friday. Jimmy,
no
I'm
one's
not,
heard
I'm not
the-
as tactful as you.
No one's heard
That's
the
exactly the way I
multitude of
do it.
commercials that have played every break.
Yeah, I know.
BB King's?
You guys have been great. Yeah, we're doing the pre-U2 show party. It's the first show over at Madison Square Garden on the 21st. And on the 20th, this Friday, we'll be at BB King's doing 2 hours of U2.
I may actually stop by and see that because a friend of mine is a waitress there at BB King, so maybe I'll go by.
Cool. Very cool.
Notice.
Place is great. It's great to see. Great place to see a show too. Huge.
A little taste of Joe's band right here.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't really you two?
This is how good they sound. Listen to this.
Turn up a little.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Just a little taste.
That was
Dude,
the
it sounds
demo.
like you too.
That was the yeah, it does, right? That's the point.
Tribute bands. All the rage these days.
It's really good. Actually.
All the rage.
It's silly, man. We were down in Virginia a couple of days ago, and you can't believe how many of your fans came out to see the band.
A lot of the stupid One fans down there.
You know when there's somebody
Animals,
in the back
pests.
going like, throwing out these non sequiturs. They're just like,
Were they heckling the band?
Monster Rain. Not really. No. Yeah, but you would get
Shut up.
comments like that all the time.
Yeah.
You got like one guy in the back going, Brother Joe. So I know where they're from.
Yeah.
And then you'd hear someone yell out shit dick.
Yeah.
I mean, without
The battle
fail.
cry.
Yeah.
The battle
Shit
cry
dick.
of the
Battle
pest.
cry of the One Army.
The best line was Jimmy. What you two and shit dick? What shit dick? Bloody shit dick? That was great. That was a master line.
This is you too, right here, right?
No.
Oh,
No,
you?
this is us.
Wow.
Jiminy Cricket.
This is where you can be talking up to the post.
You too. We'll have tickets to give away on a day.
Just unlistenable. These assholes. Talk wrestling at the same time.
This one goes on and on and on, though.
Well, the music is amazing too, though.
Here's the
So.
vocals.
Supposed to be yelling that. Yeah! Must kill at karaoke. He was just lose his shit. He go up there.
Wouldn't you just do that?
Yeah.
Go to karaoke. Yeah, any of this.
All I would do.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Glad we finally got an amazing out of Opie after all that journey. Oh no, it's not done yet. The chorus, man.
Oh, we thought you just stopped after 45 seconds. Why would you spend all that money to go see U2 when you can just go down to B.B. King's?
Exactly my point.
And they don't mind singing the old hits.
That's right.
They're not going to sit there pushing their new album.
It's not about the new stuff.
Although we do like 3 off of the new record already.
The hits.
And 2.5 hours of straight through.
Hold on, I want to see if this guy is going to say it.
Oh, no.
Anthony Fedorov on Tony Danza.
Yeah, we had him on earlier. We told him to say hi to Tony for us.
He's probably like, there's no way guys from radio show would just turn up the volume on this and watch TV.
Hello from Opie and Anthony.
Well, thank you. So, that moment, what does that feel like? I mean, you've been through a lot by then, right?
Yeah.
So what does that feel like, that moment? I mean, are you happy you did it?
I'm thrilled that I did it. You know, it's just at that moment I was hoping that I was gonna, go on to next week, and at the same time
we can't watch more TV. Someone will monitor this.
He's not gonna. When he walked out, balloons should have come down for celebrating the 15,000th pointless guest in a row on that show.
Oh, you're the one. You're the 50,000th pointless asshole guest on my show. I've run out of things to think about. Well, asking me stupid questions.
I'm really happy for Carrie and Bo. They're the right 3 people are there.
Fucking phony motherfuckers. God, they're awful.
Through her tears.
Now listen, we're just friends. I'm friends with everybody there. I mean, it's just you get it.
You fucker.
No, you
hey,
go
my
through
name's
this
Tony.
Process,
Yours is
amazing
Anthony.
Experience, and you get
Let's
attached
roll
to
on that.
everybody, and
No.
it's
I have nothing to ask you.
And,
we can open with that. We're just going to riff on that.
Riff on the fact that, the pre-interview. All right, your name, my name, the same. That's good. Hey, did you take a taxi here? Because I was on a show. Taxi, we can kind of go on that. Right? Do you wear shoes?
All right, well, Joe's band's going to be at B.B. King's
We're
Friday,
giving away
May 20th
tickets.
at 10:30 p.m.
Thank you, sir. We're giving away tickets, too. We're giving away 4 pairs of tickets.
To the real show.
No. No. To the fake
Kidding,
show.
Of course.
Which sounds the same as the real show,
Yeah.
actually.
All right. Tickets, giveaway, when?
Oh, right now.
That's good. You could compare.
You're going to make our guys work?
You do some
They haven't
on-air
worked all
ticket
day. I don't
giveaways,
think we've
4
ever
pairs of
given
tickets.
anything away on this show.
No. Well, there you go.
It's almost a year we're here.
I'm donating.
I don't think we've ever given away anything. Do
how
you
did-
know how that works?
I forgot how you give
How do you
stuff
do a
away.
giveaway?
I said you call in.
Brother Joe has tickets for you 2 at the Garden, so call in. Fantastic. Dude, that's great. What are you waving? Eric Hawk, what?
What? What happened?
That's too close. I was over-modulating on the microphone.
You're telling the great Brother Joe how to work a microphone?
I'm telling Aunt's family what to do.
Wow. It's okay.
Now
I've
we got a
learned how to
problem.
listen, man.
Now we got a problem. I thought it was
coachable.
just fine, Aunt. Did you think it was fine?
You straighten my brother out. Smack my brother around.
He was over-modulating 2 decibels at a time. Players couldn't get an iPod at the table.
What are you holding up? You got something fun for us today?
No.
Why are you holding up CDs?
I had this. I didn't know if you still had the one that I gave you.
Okay.
You don't give me free tickets. I give you free tickets.
The Corleone family I couldn't think of anything other than the actual line, so I cut it off.
You goddamn tribute bands really make me laugh.
I'd get you a gig at B.B. King's.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Drugs tickets for everybody. I stink.
All right, we got the phones lit. We got the phones lit.
Chinese tickets.
Kind of like a small little white flavorful ticket that you chew.
Oh, really? Oh, good. Are they calling for tickets?
Yeah.
Nice.
How are we going to give them away?
Just give them away. I'm
Bob
sure
Dylan-
someone's calling.
Caller number 7.
Yeah.
On 107.7.
The Garden box office.
I know. What was the name?
We'll take the 202nd caller.
What was the name of the song parody played today that I donated to the shows? some years back.
Oh.
There you go.
How about the first 4 callers get the tip?
I like that
Calm
better,
down,
too.
Jesus.
I like that myself.
Let's give them to people that live all the way
Caller
over there.
number 198, sorry.
Yeah, from California.
We'll give them out to people in California.
These are U2 tickets for the Garden. So if you,
Jesus Christ.
dude, that's fantastic. You guys
First
got
2
4
people.
pairs of U2 tickets, Brother Joe.
Backstage.
No, it's
Yes.
you know what it is, man. It's actually just it's us over at BB King's. But hey, you never know who might be there.
Ooh, the after party.
Oh, surprise guest.
It's the return of Laird.
No, oh my God.
Shoot
That
the
son of a bitch
hostage.
will never make a return.
He said, shoot the hostage.
Some of the members of Physical Graffiti might show up. The Led Zeppelin tribute band.
Oh, my God.
Who's going to show up?
Oh, who the hell knows?
Oh, wow.
You never know, man.
Oh, hey.
Bono's got an apartment in the city. They're playing at Madison Square Garden on the 21st. Anything could happen, right?
BB King's very popular.
BB King.
What's the most surprise drop-in guest you've ever had?
Uh-oh.
Stalker fucking Patty. That's about it, man.
But you heard it here, people.
love you,
Stalker Patty might show up.
Yeah.
Well, we can't play What Do We Learn on the show today, Anthony, because the phones are jammed trying to win tickets
Oh,
to
boy.
Joe's show. Thanks,
I
Joe.
don't give them away. Take some names.
I don't want to
I
blow
don't know
the
how
gig,
this shit
but
works.
There's a rumor that Travis may go to one of these shows. So,
Oh,
folks,
our own Travis.
that's right.
Might show up.
Nice.
Catch a picture with him.
All right, well,
Oh, there's the music.
this is the time of the show where we play What Do We Learn, but we're not going to get that done today.
When was the last time we actually played What Did We Learn?
That lion didn't eat all those midgets.
I learned that.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I learned that I'll be performing very shortly in Cleveland and Washington, D.C., finally.
Ooh, look at you.
Yeah, tickets, I have to get the information. That did really help.
We learned XM is being clobbered by Sirius because people can buy XM units.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're 70% of the satellite radio market, and you can't find Sirius units. But for some reason, that translates into us being clobbered by Sirius.
Anyway, everyone's gearing up for me going over to satellite, and they're getting clobbered, XM. You know, they're getting clobbered. In fact, I was over at Sirius the other day. I said, I want to give away some free radios. They go,
We don't have
we can't even keep them in stock. Beyond AM, Beyond FM, it's XM satellite radio.
That'll add to the confusion.
We can't even keep them in stock.
We can't even keep them in stock. Stop it.
That's like a standard manager answer.
Yeah.
You know, if someone comes, where are these products? We can't even keep them in stock.
The shelves can't support the units. They're so heavy. That's why.
That's it.
Can I state what I learned?
Oh,
I
yeah.
learned that old bag does not know how to give a blowjob.
No. The tip.
I was wrong.
And you do?
Oh.
And you do?
I don't even fight back anymore.
I learned that that
Keto,
Bill
man.
Burr's CD is available.
Oh, yes, let's get
on
it.
eatabullet.com.
Oh, no.
You go to the merchandise section, and Bill's new CD is called Trinkets I Own Made from Gorilla Hands, and you can get it there.
And I'm such
Bill
a big
Burr.
fan of Jim Norton that his picture is on the cover of my CD.
Bill Bird, you got 5 seconds. What do you want to promote? BillBurr.com?
Yeah, BillBurr.com.
Thanks for coming by, Bill.
Program complete.